With great beer and even better conversations. Welcome to Mind Hops, the podcast with more dad jokes than you can shake an angry fist at. Sweet Lord, Martha, it's one of those bags again.
Don't step on it, Ted.
It's poop again. I'll get you damn kids for this. Broadcasting around the world from Ocala, Florida, here are your hosts, Trenton Summers and Jack Brennan.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Mind Hops.
Episode 6, I'm pretty sure, is what we're on now.
Yeah, 6. I've stopped counting. I'm glad somebody can count still. Higher than 5. We got a pretty exciting episode for you today. We've got a special guest in-house, Garrett Artman. He's
What's up, guys?
Yeah, well, here he is. What's up?
I have a very special beer.
Yeah,
from
go ahead.
here.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You want to introduce the Petrus?
That's the more exciting part. No, just kidding.
I like Garrett more than the beer, personally.
I did too until I tasted it. But go ahead.
So I got a big old bottle of Petrus. Looks almost like wine, but it's an aged red made with cherries, and it's got a 2 out of 5 on the sour scale over here. I've not tried it yet. I'll give my review later on in the video, though.
Is it a 2 out of 5?
On the sour scale.
You haven't tried it yet. Where are you getting
It says
the
2
scale
out of 5
from?
on the bottle. They did that part for me.
We can't verify that.
They do a scale of
If they're doing their own
1 to 5,
scales.
they have a problem.
Yeah.
Just make it 2, 1 out of 10, or 10.
Why
Make it 1
can't
out
they
of
go
10.
to 10? Yeah. So it would be 4 out of 10.
and-
Math has taught me that the fraction you would just multiply by 2, right, to get to 10. I think.
We're also introducing our shots again today in order to try and
We are.
reduce the podcast fouls going on around
Yeah,
here.
like Pavlov's dog, or whatever. Do we want to explain the rules for that, or just let people figure it out if it happens?
Let's see if they figure it out. Let's
All right.
let them listen in.
So yeah, we got Garrett Artman here, phenomenal photographer, among other amazing abilities. But photography is your gang, your thing, right?
Yeah.
Not your gang. You don't have a photography gang, do you?
It's a gang.
At least that
We
I'm
don't
not aware
actually
of.
Take photos. We just beat up other photographers.
You steal their equipment. You're like, yeah, and sell it on the black market.
Resell it. That's what we do. Photography is the most exciting thing about me. I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty moderately. So that's the joke. It's like, people
little bit
always
of
come up to
everything.
me and they're like, hey, so what are you doing now? And I'm like, that's complicated. I do work. I work a lot.
That's complicated.
I work. It's complicated.
It's like a relationship on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's complicated.
I just drop my like voice. It's complicated. And I just kind of keep moving. Just
Like
ignore
it's
it.
serious business, like you're
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in a '90s action movie.
Yeah, just be super cringe like that. But I do.
So what all do you do? I mean, you have a wide portfolio, right? You do lots of different things.
My photography
Very busy
portfolio
man.
is as wide
Very-
as my resume at this point.
yeah.
It's so I basically want to be a wedding. I do weddings. I would like to do wedding photography full time. That's kind of the big goal, so I don't have to work so often.
Nice. Yeah.
And you get,
Ironically, being a
free food.
Yeah.
honestly, main attraction. Free food. I get to like
Meet interesting people, I'm sure.
I get
Yes.
to meet the most interesting people.
Bridezillas.
People are just the most. They're nicer on their wedding, so you just kind of get the best of people, except for like ironically the bride.
They're probably stressed though too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bride's really stressed. I'd imagine.
I haven't had to deal with a bridezilla yet, which is like if you guys don't know, it's
You know,
Oh, did you just catch me on something?
no, I was gonna say allude to something in the future. If we had all seen King Kong versus Godzilla, this would be a great segue. But I have not seen it.
I thought you were going to propose to me right
I
there.
haven't seen it.
I saw it coming.
Well, I
Yeah,
was
that's why
thinking
I'm
about
okay,
it,
that's why I'm sitting here
but
awkwardly.
I could tell you caught on, so I gotta wait till you're not expecting it.
I got to take a shot real quick, guys.
But yeah, bridezillas are just like it's not really derogatory in my. It's just people, brides who like kind of go off the rails when it comes to planning their wedding, specifically on the wedding day. They're just really particular. They really don't carry themselves well. It's pretty funny. But I've kind of thought about it because I do that, and like most people don't plan any events in their lifetime. Like they don't plan big parties or big banquets. and
I
stuff.
plan every shit that I take.
You gotta take another shot, my friend. I did something, and I caught it afterwards, and you didn't call me out on it.
Oh, son of a gun.
Shot number 2. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I am not going to the gym after this anymore.
Alcohol poisoning before I finish my first.
Your temple is getting destroyed right now.
It's just so bad. Temple.
You're not hitting the gym.
Yeah.
Carry on, sir.
There's but most people don't like plan their weddings out. Like
I don't plan anything in my life, really.
to
be
most
honest.
people go through life and just don't plan like big events out. And then they're like, oh, you're getting married.
Take your shot.
You guys are so bad. Yeah. But and then they get to their wedding and it's like, oh, you need to like coordinate between 5 or 6 different vendors, and then bring it all together and then make everyone super happy and also be the main star. It's kind of like if an actor was also the director, the prop designer, the hair and makeup, and and the agent for like all the actors.
Yeah,
that's what the bride has.
That's kind of where like Adam Sandler and and Clint Eastwood are going with theirs.
You guys might need to withhold it.
Yeah, I think we need to calm down.
We're gonna eliminate this rule, the secret rule that someone's probably picked up on for now, so we can get through the show and not pass out.
Yes, please.
It might be the Garrett Artman podcast here shortly.
Just me talking to myself.
You're just gonna be hearing
So what do you think, Garrett?
vomiting noises in the background.
It's like when they put Eddie Murphy in what was it, Dr. Dolittle, I think.
Was it
the
Hercules?
clumps.
No, what was the one?
The clumps.
where he played all the characters?
Wasn't it the clumps or something?
I think he's done it in multiple movies. To
He's
be
done it
honest
in a
with
few
you.
movies. I was thinking
it was
Medea. Is it?
No. You're right. It wasn't Doctor.
Medea does it too.
It wasn't Doctor Dolittle, but it was something.
Buddy
Doctor.
Love is his name, but
The Clumps. I think it was the name of
think
the
it
movie. That was a bunch of clumps.
I'm the worst.
So their
with
last
names.
names.
I don't know any names. Like I forget
Crap.
everyone's name.
Well, we're in bad shape then.
Yeah, we just don't know.
I'm sure somebody, the majority of our audience is screaming at their
just insert.
their radios right now or their phones, whatever they're using.
Yeah.
I know that the Clumps it was a sequel. It was called The Clumps, but I don't remember the first movie. It was a doctor.
Yeah.
He was a doctor, professor. Something.
Buddy Love,
Professor
man.
Clump.
Buddy Love is the guy that he turned into.
I want to be.
That was the skinny version of him, and he was he was like
a
a
big
jerk.
fat guy.
No, the Buddy Love was the skinny.
Yeah,
Remember,
Buddy
he'd
Love
lose
was
all the
Buddy
weight.
Love was a jerk, but I'm saying he was a fat guy like originally before.
Yes, but then he turned into like Buddy Love.
But I don't remember what the
Man.
doctor's name was.
If only one of us had some sort of device
Sell
that could
you.
look that up.
I'm on it.
We're getting off into the
Yeah.
All right.
So
I mostly do weddings.
mostly weddings.
Yeah,
and-
before I cut you off, you were talking about how you were the Bridezilla was orchestrating everything pretty much.
That's understandable.
but you haven't had to deal with that, right?
I haven't had to deal with it yet. I'm
Right.
sure it will happen.
Yeah, especially if you go full time and
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, what
but-
if I'm doing it like full time just for people who care? For a photographer, like around 20 weddings a year would be like full time. That's a lot of weddings.
That is a lot,
That's
yeah.
like one every other week.
Mhm.
And I'm basically doing one every other week for the next month. So I have like
Pretty steady work.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have 3 weddings in the next month, and then I have it's graduation season, so I'm doing senior graduations from high school and graduations from college. So I'm doing that for the next like few weeks, and then right at the end of that, I'm just shipping off to Puerto Rico. I'm going to Puerto Rico for a week. That's kind of my routine as soon as summer starts. So
Yeah.
I'm traveling a lot this summer just because I can, and that's why.
That's good. To tangent off that real quick, I'm gonna do a quick tangent. It's kind of interesting. You don't think about this, but like I sometimes think about things like wedding photography, like you said. It's a big deal. It's a big moment in someone's life. Ideally, this is the only time you would have a wedding. I mean, we know the divorce rates are higher, and
Florida
blah, blah, blah.
has the highest divorce
We
rate
won't
in the
get into
world.
the depressing parts about it,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. All right.
But anyway, you think ideally someone has one wedding in their entire life. It's a big moment, and that's it. And it's just crazy that, I mean, I guess our population is big enough for someone to have a career, multiple, like lots of wedding photographers that can have 20 weddings a year and be able to support off of a moment that most people only have one in their entire lifetime. It's almost like an RV salesman.
Yeah.
Like how many people are buying RVs? You don't think that that's a thing that can be consistent, or like a tattoo artist is a little bit more understandable, but at the same time, you're like, you can only get so many tattoos, but there's enough skin, I guess, to do that.
Hospitals, they want people to get sick so that they can make money. Garrett wants people to divorce. So
It's really interesting because like photography and other you can't build a clientele base. So I can build people off my Instagram at Artman Exposure. By the way, go and check that out. Subscribe. Hit that
Was it at Artman?
It's at Artman Exposure.
We'll put it in the link.
Throw it in our description on our YouTube.
But
and my last name is Artman. That's not a joke.
You should.
So it works.
How did you not become an artist though?
I mean,
photography
is
is
kind of an
art.
art.
You're right. You're
I'll
right.
have to show you some of my paintings. Because that's one of my jobs.
Is it really?
Yeah, I teach art.
I might have to commission one. We could put it on the wall in the studio here.
You could put a certain logo.
My grandma is
I
an
have a
artist. I
canvas
don't
in
know
my
if you
car right
guys.
now.
They should have a paint off.
I have a canvas in my car right now.
Him and my grandma.
So,
To be fair, she's actually a really good artist.
Is this hers? Are these hers?
These are all hers.
I
Yeah,
love
there's a
them,
bunch
yeah.
of them. She
They're-
painted all of them herself.
They're
Yeah,
really good.
yeah.
So yeah, but mostly wedding photography, portrait photography, but I also do nature stuff. So I kind of, in about everything I do, I'm an all-arounder. I'm not the best at anything I do, but I'll do mostly
Everyman
everything.
Jack or something like that.
It's Jack of all trades.
Jack of all-
Have you guys heard the?
That's
the
a
rest
more
of the,
appropriate
the rest
one.
of the saying? It's
No.
like it's actually a whole like saying. It's Jack of all trades, master of none is better than a master of one.
Okay,
It's the actual saying.
I haven't heard the whole thing. I've heard
Never
the
heard that.
second part, smart part of the second part that you said, but not the
Yeah.
end there.
That's the whole thing. So some people use it derogatorily, but like when you
I think it's a good thing.
We had an episode, a few weeks ago where we talked about making our own superheroes, and one of my superheroes is actually above average man.
Yeah,
He can do
yeah.
everything slightly above average.
Yeah.
He's not bad at anything. He's not great at anything.
it's
Just
everything
slightly
he does
above.
slightly above average.
yeah. It's the gifted kid. That guy. It's really interesting because I don't know if it's me, but it's really hard to find an average person because average people are really dumb.
Yeah.
Not that, but you're average at something.
It depends on what
It depends on
country
what it is.
you're in and stuff too. I
Yeah,
think
that's true.
America's our averages are pretty low. I feel like in
For-
our school
for
system.
intelligence?
Yeah,
Well, you gotta
well, in
think-
general,
I think we're 17th for education or something.
yeah, our
Like-
education system's not the greatest.
Out of 200.
The dumbest people, the dumbest people because they're in prison or
I hope you do. If you don't know the dumbest people, then you probably
Yeah.
are.
You might be one.
That's true. That's true.
But there's the whole saying of there's always going to be someone better than you at something, but there's always, I mean, it goes the other way too. There's always going to be someone worse than you or dumber than you too.
I saw a really
Sometimes it's good.
because I'm into I listen to a lot of people on podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
So I listen to Jordan Peterson. He has a
But
really,
not
really
us,
interesting.
apparently. No, just
He's
kidding.
got a really interesting. He talks about averages and he talks about bell curve and then distribution. And he talks about
I think I know who you're talking about. I think I've listened to some of his stuff before. Yeah.
essentially the example he uses is that if you go to a rainforest, there's some trees, a lot of trees are the same height, they're about the same, and then there's some that are just really short, but then there's a few that are just insanely big,
Right.
proportionately bigger than everyone else, and those are the 1%er trees.
Yeah.
And those are the people, and so in our society it's the 1%ers are Elon Musk and I feel like
Yeah.
Elon Musk gets mentioned in every single podcast ever. That's just
Yeah.
how big he
Oh,
is.
yeah.
But there's a lot of factors that go into that. I really like stuff like that because I like looking at people and trying to figure stuff out. But with Elon Musk, in order to be the top of what you do, it's not just being the best at what you do because you have to be. If you're Elon Musk, you have to be able to speak well. You have to be able
Right.
to manage yourself well. You have to be personable so people like you. Because if people hate you and you're really smart, then you're that.
Yeah.
They're the evil genius.
You hate
Yeah,
that nerd.
yeah, exactly.
Then you're just if you're a mean person, if you're bitter. So there's a lot of factors that go into being the best. It's not you have to be super lucky and also super gifted in multiple fields to get to
And work very hard too.
and
Yeah.
just be
On top
crazy.
of that.
Well, that comes down to personality traits.
It's
So you-
almost like, in an RPG when you're building your character and you have charisma points, intelligence points, strength points. Like most average people.
And cyberpunk penis points.
Yeah, exactly. They only have so many points that they can distribute. But then,
I got a little tangent story.
Okay.
So I got Cyberpunk the day it came out. Haven't played it much since because it ended up being a piece of shit. But so I'm sitting there customizing my character, and I knew you could customize genitalia. And I thought it was going to be an over the or under the boxers kind of bulge thing. No, it's just straight dick. So it's my dad's just chilling there on the couch watching me play this game, and he sees me go straight for the dick, and it just pulls it up on the screen, and I click right off of it. He was talking to my stepmom at the time, And I didn't think he saw it, so I was like, oh, I got away with that one. He goes, oh, I saw that. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, man, I'm not going to go back and customize it now. Yeah,
That's actually the "Are you winning, son" meme.
Yeah. You're right.
That is funny.
That's amazing.
But I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. like I said, I thought it was going to be somewhat PG-13, not full frontal there. I didn't see that coming.
That is rough. That's really rough. Oh, okay. So I wanted to talk about the gifts. So I got you guys packs of gum. Obviously,
Yeah, I brushed my teeth this morning.
Yeah. It's not because your breath smells bad.
Orbits.
So tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh.
Cool story. So this is
Happy early birthday, man. I had no idea.
I know.
Yeah.
No one does, which is the way I like it. And we'll get into that.
Mr. Incognito over here.
So I wanted to mix it up because I just got out of college last year. I have money now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm really bad with names. I already mentioned that. I'm also bad with dates, so I forget everyone's birthday.
You forget it's your
Unless it's
birthday?
an
Is this
April.
actually your birthday?
Tomorrow? Yeah,
Tomorrow?
maybe.
Tomorrow is that your birthday? Are we sure? Did you write this down for yourself?
I did.
Okay.
I remember mine, but it's in my calendar.
Okay.
That's how bad it is.
That's funny.
But like I'm bad with remembering people's birthdays. So
Yeah,
tend
I
to
am
forget
too,
their
actually.
gifts because you kind of have to like go out and get a gift. So I decided to mix it up and be like, you know what day I do know? My birthday. So I'll just get everyone gifts on my birthday.
Oh,
And
okay.
then-
Makes up for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and then, it makes,
That's clever.
And then if I remember their birthday, that's an extra for them. But
Yeah.
Also, so that's what I'm doing. So I got gifts for like a lot of my close friends. And the
Nice.
way I'm kind of going about it is going.
Appreciate it.
So tomorrow, instead of like everything being about me, I'm just gonna be low key. I have to
Yeah.
work, of course, but because I work too much.
Yeah.
But then after work, I'm just gonna go distribute my gifts and then say like, hey, it's my birthday, so I get to decide what I do on it, and I wanted to thank you for being part of my life for the past
So you're like
year.
Uno reversing card
Yeah,
on your
Uno
birthday to
reversing.
everyone else.
And I mean, there's obviously there's some extra benefits to it. Most likely they'll remember my birthday next year.
That's probably
so
true.
you're
Yeah.
kind of planting seeds. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
only met you a few months ago, so I didn't even know when it was.
Yeah. So
I
that's the thing.
didn't either.
23, right?
Yeah, I'll be 23.
Congratulations,
Nice.
sir.
Yeah.
Very
My
good.
brot's birthday is actually the 17th of this
I thought
month.
yours was in April. Am I wrong?
Mine's in June.
June.
Yeah, 12th.
Okay.
1989, in case anyone wants to look that up. I'm old as
Yeah, we got
fuck.
an old man.
Yeah.
Isn't it surprising that I remembered that at my age? That's crazy. Yeah, I got it written on a stone tablet on my wall in my room.
Yeah. So what I'm really looking for in this is trying to figure out like, I want to see how I feel, which is kind of weird. I want to see like how I react to giving people gifts because like, I tend to. I'm really awkward. I'm really awkward. I don't take compliments super well.
I don't either.
I don't take gifts.
I don't
super
take
well.
gifts well either.
Yeah. So I'm
Bothers
like,
me.
let's
This
flip
beer's
the
really good,
script.
though.
Yeah, let's flip the script.
Thanks.
And we'll just
You're
look over. We'll just look at like how does it feel to like flip it. So it's most people are happier on their birthday anyway, even if they don't get anything. So I'm like, well, in Asia, in like they do that. They give out gifts on their birthday, or they when they want to feel some kind of gratification, they give out a gift. And so I'm like, well, I mean, doesn't hurt to try. Let's see how it goes. So this will have to be a follow-up podcast one day. Just come back in and be like,
Yeah, no,
Hey,
you're definitely welcome.
More
whenever.
than happy to have
Yeah,
guests
absolutely.
a second time.
Yeah, that's cool. Birthdays always, to me, have been an interesting phenomenon anyway. You don't really think about it too much, but it's like, why do we celebrate? I mean, it's understandable to celebrate.
I think humans just
Your
like to celebrate.
birthday.
Because, there's a lot of holidays I'm like, man, why are we celebrating this?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm still having fun.
Yeah. It's better not to
matters
think
not.
about it, but it's like, I was born today. I didn't do anything. Like, I just popped out of my mom's vagina.
Without consent, by the
Without
way.
consent, yeah.
thanks for that.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, you're amazing. This is the day that you were born, and you're one day closer to death. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why. Let's celebrate that you're closer to death.
As long as I get a root beer cake most years.
Root beer cake?
Oh, my stepmom is amazing.
What is that?
She's a great baker.
Go into detail.
So
I've never
I've
heard that
had-
before.
All right.
like 3 different root beer cakes now. First one was when I was 16. She made the mug. It looked like the cake, and then she had a
The root
handle.
beer flavored?
Yes. She'll pour like barks in it, and that's in the recipe, and it makes it taste like root beer. It's so good. It's like root beer and chocolate. And so the foam and the handle were made of cupcakes. That was the most impressive one. I have a picture. We can actually post that on our social media, which,
Like Instagram
by the
or
way,
something.
we have an Instagram now.
Yeah.
But I'll throw that bad boy on there.
Because I think I saw it. Did I follow it? I think I followed
He might. We
Did
just
I?
made it the other day, so
Yeah.
you could have found it. I haven't put anything on there, but We will definitely. We do have an Instagram now, though.
She also made me a root beer bundt cake one time with vanilla icing on it.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. It was like a root beer float in a cake.
man.
It was so good.
You could get ice cream cake and make a root beer float out of it. Literally.
Yes. And
do
then
that.
another year, and I love pizza as well as root beer. There was a third root beer cake, but I think it was just like a root beer cake, you know? Mm-hmm. So they made me a pizza cake and a cake pizza.
Nice.
So that was delicious, by the way.
Have you ever had the root beer candy before? By the way,
like the A&W barrels?
Yes.
Oh, I love those. Yes.
oh, they're so good. Have you had one of those before, Garrett?
It's been a long while.
It has been a very long time. You unlocked one of those childhood memories I forgot existed, and just like unlocked in my brain.
We'll save this for a later episode, but I am a root beer aficionado.
Okay.
Definitely a
he
connoisseur
is.
of root beers.
Collector of
I think
root
I have
beer.
over 70 different bottles now.
Not
So.
all root beers are the same, so.
Oh, by no means.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so well, like going into birthdays, because I mean, it's my birthday. It's going to be my
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
So
23.
Literally going into birthdays.
I actually really. Well, I don't like random people I don't know like telling me happy birthday. It makes me really uncomfortable. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you haven't talked to me in the past 365 days, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden you have the right to like. slide
Happy
on my
birthday.
DMs.
I feel like that's the one day though that it's the excuse to just be like, happy birthday. Let me reconnect with this person and send them a GIF or something. It's not even like they won't type it out. They'll just pick a picture of the cat that says happy birthday and like, that's good.
It's so nice though that they have the cakes pop up on Snapchat now.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to miss birthdays.
Well, it's all over Facebook and stuff. I just don't like. I don't know. For some reason, I really don't like it when like they have a whole group of people like sing happy birthday.
It's
like,
super
I don't
uncomfortable.
like
That's like I'm one of those people that's like my nightmare. If I'm at a restaurant or something and somebody was to go and tell the Chili's waitress or something that it's my birthday, that is the most horrifying.
I get a Chili's waitress.
The most.
I feel bad for
Depressing.
the waitresses because I'm like, you guys.
Yeah,
take
you're
care of that.
They don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You can see the pain in their eyes. Happy
Yeah.
birthday from all of us to you. Fuck my life.
But it's like a straight face. Their eyes
It
are
is
no.
like not another birthday.
Yeah.
Damn
They
it.
hate it.
You're just sitting there like, give me my free ice cream and go away.
Yeah, they have to get away
Yeah.
from their tables. That's the worst. I always feel bad, but I also don't like people like talking to me generally. Like,
Yeah.
Usually it's like there's.
Oh, fuck.
If I like you, like I talk to you, I'll talk to you about something.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, you good?
I'm good. I'm good.
You guys are gonna be good.
We're exchanging looks.
Oh, there are many shots that this bottle should be gone.
Yeah, we're
No, but let me tell my Chili's waitress story real quick, so I might not remember this ever again. This is years ago probably, and I was me and like 4 girls at Chili's, and I wasn't romantic with any of them. So the waitress,
romantic. I like the way you put that.
I like the waitress though. I thought she was cute, and
Yeah.
so I was somewhat buzzed, as I usually am, and. I'm well over 22, by the way, guys.
So this happened in the last year, guys.
Yeah.
So I was pretty buzzed, and I was just spitting game as hard as I possibly could.
Yeah.
And I made this one comment about edible pants because I was ordering food, and pants came. I don't remember. I'd have to contact the girls that were with me and ask them what I said. But I said something along the lines
Contact
of
the
edible
girls that
pants,
were with me.
and all the girls like they were my friends. They were like trying to wingman me and stuff like
Correct.
that. So a couple months go by, and one of them texts me, and she's like, I fucking called this at the restaurant. This girl was at a party with her. Like, she saw the Chili's waitress at a party,
Yeah.
and she was lesbian.
Oh.
So I stood no chance from the beginning, dude.
She knew too.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no way she couldn't tell that I was spitting game, dude.
Don't hit on waitresses, dude. Unless you tip them.
That was the only waitress I've ever hit on, I think. I go to Hooters and don't even hit on waitresses and stuff like that. Well, I have a girlfriend now, so.
Yeah. Oh, but
Man.
nice save.
No. When you say you were buzzed, do you mean were you like Chris Evans buzzed or Tim the Toolman Taylor buzzed?
I wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I was a bit more of a monster than I am now when this happened. I'm still somewhat of a drinking monster, but I was.
You're 22, man.
Hey.
I would hope.
This is the day I turned 21. I was just endowed with superpowers.
Amazing.
When you're that young, you have to be a monster. Like
Your
in
liver's
the
only
drinking
going to be
game.
that young
To a degree,
for so
yeah.
long, you know.
Literally, yeah.
I remember when I was 22.
I can feel the alcohol taking a toll on my muscles even now. It's just it's part of me.
Yeah. Man.
So what do you guys think about, since we're on birthdays now, because I brought that up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of threw that in.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
So what do you guys think about horoscopes? Real, fake? What do you think?
I think
I-
they're
Conspiracy
real, but the thing is, well, okay, I don't think
Well, define real. Like, what do you mean by
Exactly. That's what I'm getting into.
Yeah,
It's not real, but I think they're so broad that you can kind of attribute, parts of people's lives to be in those, whatever they say they are.
Yeah. It's super. I mean, like, I have a friend who does another podcast, and I was looking at it and like, these are interesting. Like, I like looking into my stuff, but I tend to just kind of have an open mind and just look.
No,
I'm
I
the same
love
way.
to talk about things.
I do too. I'm one of those people that I feel like I think when people completely just shut something down, especially when they don't understand something and they don't do the research, they're just like, this is the box I live in and this is what I know my parents have told me, so this is totally wrong, and they don't have any idea.
Yeah.
I'm wide open to tell you, like, I'm very dumb about most everything.
We'll have a conspiracy theory episode.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have
sure.
that. But as far as horoscopes go, I don't know a lot. I know a little bit. I had an ex-girlfriend who would, one time we went out to a fancy place at dinner in
And then
Orlando.
she stabbed you with a knife and said, sorry, I'm an Aries.
She was a redhead, but no, she didn't do it at that point. But it was funny because we were sitting at a table. It was a fancy sushi restaurant. We were sitting outside, and it started raining, and we were outside, and they had umbrellas and stuff. And I don't really like sushi, to be honest with you. But we were just sitting there, and the girl next to us was talking about horoscopes with her female friends, and then my girlfriend at the time just, like, that was a connection for them, and then they just started talking for like 45 minutes about horoscopes. So like, yeah, I'm a Scorpio, and he's a Gemini, and I'm like, that's cool, but I don't know enough about them.
Neither do I.
But I do think there are some, like he was saying, I think sometimes they're very broad, but I think that sometimes they do have some, I don't know.
What are you
interesting
guys?
things.
I'm Aries.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a Gemini.
I'm a Libra.
Just said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
September 26th,
Don't know if
1998.
Don't know if we're compatible. If we are,
Do know.
That's why we're on opposite sides of the table.
We need an expert to figure. We're all equally spaced out, so we don't know.
I have an expert.
You have an expert?
Yeah, that's one thing for photography. I meet a lot of random.
We need to
people,
get an
so
expert in here to figure out.
I got you.
All right, let's do it. we gotta figure out how compatible we are. For sure.
It's super interesting. I don't think that, like, it's been around for a while. I don't know how long, but like it has to be a while because it's all based on
the stars and
Greek constellations.
We have these handy dandy smart boxes.
Notebooks. I thought you were gonna say notebooks. You
I
Blue's
lose
Clues.
60 IQ points when I pick up my phone. I can't speak, so I have to stay away from it. I'll be like,
Social media can be very draining sometimes, for sure.
It's the worst. Probably tomorrow, I'm really thinking about, like,
just shutting it down
so
for your birthday.
Don't talk to me. Yeah.
So those family members you haven't talked to in like
they have
6 months, they're like, happy birthday.
If you don't have my phone number, I don't like you.
I feel honored.
Astrology was begun like in Babylon 2,400 years ago. So it's pretty old. It's some old.
I was
stuff
almost gonna
there.
call foul on that, but I'll let it slide.
Oh man,
Was begun.
It's rough for you guys.
Has begun, had begun.
I'll re-listen to this and I'll be like, I'll cringe so hard. For me.
For you? Oh, you should cringe for us.
Yeah,
because
cringe for us.
I'm cringing right now hearing
to
myself.
Hey, cringiness is our brand.
I gotta hear my own voice for like an hour.
We're gonna put that
and
on
I
a
have
shirt.
to hear me say, like,
Cringiness is our brand. Keep calm and cringe.
Keep on cringing.
no, you can do something like that. They're interesting. The outlining of character traits, especially in astrology, is interesting to me because they're not like made up character traits.
I don't think. Yeah, they are. They're not.
They're real traits that exist, and they've assigned them to certain like categories.
Because in science, like even scientifically, there are like personality traits, right? Like there's certain like categories where the A personality or B personality, different things. There's something with that, right?
It's really interesting because, like, again, there's a lot of personality tests too. You have Myers-Briggs, which is like some people are like yes, and then some people swear by, and then some people are like, oh, it's basically astrology, and that's interesting. And then you have your temperament test. You have caloric, phlegmatic, sanguine, and melancholy, and that's interesting.
Those are types of vampires too, right? Sanguine. I think. Yeah. I want to be a sanguine vampire. Go ahead.
and then you always have like the big 5 characteristics, which I totally forget, but I know it's like openness, narcissism.
We're very narcissistic. We have our own podcast.
Oh yeah, we're like we talk. We're funny. Let's throw some microphones on a table and go for
Shove it down everyone's throats.
I think narcissism. don't even know if that's the main character trait. No one quote me. Don't ask.
Isn't there a guy? Wasn't it from There was like I don't know the pantheon, but a Narcissia or some guy.
I'm not
he looked
sure.
into, he saw his reflection and drowned himself.
I think
in
narcissism
or something.
in the context of
I think
the
there's
trait
something with
is,
that.
It means like aggression. So like whether you're maybe that's Anyway, there's a lot of different ways to define it. All the personality tests I've taken are super weird. So like
How much like Shrek
Wait,
are you?
what personality?
well, okay, no, my personality tests are I take normal tests and weird tests. I've done a bunch of tests.
I'm Donkey, by the way.
Which house would you be in Harry Potter?
I'm Slytherin on that. I think.
You would totally be a Ravenclaw.
I'm pretty
Hufflepuff?
sure. I'm pretty sure I'm Slytherin. Like,
Slytherin?
I'm okay, but
I mean, the shirt you're wearing, I would say Slytherin for sure.
Basically, when I take a test, it's super conflicted. So a simple test is your temperament test, which is again choleric, melancholy, sanguine, and phlegmatic. A quick overview is that sanguine is like very, very the popular kid, the jock, the football player, the party goer.
Not me. Yeah.
Melancholy is like the shy, introverted, to themselves, secret poet, closet book reader kind of person, kind of.
Not me either.
And then phlegmatic is like the pothead in school. He's like very laid back. He or she are very laid back, kind of go with the flow. And then,
That's me, but not the pothead part. But
Yeah.
everyone thought I was because I was so laid back.
Yeah, the laid back, definitely you. And then there's choleric, which is like the powerful leader, so like the class president or whatever.
Okay.
So that's how they define it in the test. So there's certain traits that don't go together. So for instance, phlegmatic and choleric don't go together because you can't be the leader and a go with the flow type of person. So there's certain overlaps in certain areas of your life, but they don't go together. Same with sanguine and melancholy. Sanguines are super outgoing and melancholy are pretty introverted. And so there's some nuances to that, but do you guys want to guess what my results were?
A mix of multiples, right?
Well,
Yeah, you said it was conflicted,
you're
right?
You're mixed through all of them, so
Yeah.
it's like 60 questions ish, or it
Do-
could be more, and then you get like there's 4 answers every question, and each answer represents. So you have a mix. But,
Okay, so they give you like a percentage, like a bar graph kind of deal. Like
Right.
you're this much this and this
But
much
you
that.
tend to have one dominant or 2 dominants that go inside. Usually, the ones that coincide are choleric and sanguine, and melancholy and phlegmatic. Because usually when you're introverted and not aggressive, you tend to just.
So I'm guessing you didn't have either of those two combinations. 'Cause-
baby.
Dude, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have test anxiety?
No.
You're an easy good tester?
No, I have anxiety.
Okay. No.
I have anxiety because I have anxiety.
No, sometimes. Yeah.
You know how some
sometimes.
people are hard, like they're not good test takers, which I've never been a person. I don't feel like I'm a bad test taker
I'm an incredible test taker.
because I just don't think about it when I take a test. I should probably, that's a problem probably, because I don't I don't stress about it, but I don't like think I'm great at it either. I just like I'm doing, it's in front of me, I'm hitting the bubbles, whatever.
I have test
I'm a
anxiety.
terrible studier though.
For school, I had mad test anxiety because I didn't have to study like ever.
I'm the same way.
Until college statistic class.
Yeah.
Like going to kill myself. My teacher
Yes,
goes,
that sucks because it's all like hypothetical.
I had this one teacher, one of the worst teachers I ever had. He barely taught, barely spoke English, and like accused random kids of cheating like all the time. It was
Oh,
the
man.
worst. But back to the
Paranoid.
test. Back to the
Paranoid
test. So I
guy.
I scored evenly on both sanguine and melancholy, which don't go together. So that's not cool.
Interesting.
That's the makings of an evil villain right there.
No, it's just a really good.
He's like the 1 in a million, like in the anime, that just like has the
Yeah.
special powers. He didn't die. Like 99% of the people
Yeah.
die when they go through this transformation,
Yeah.
but
I
he
just-
survived and he got the special powers.
Yeah, I got reincarnated with just
Yeah.
like the most whack personality. No, but like if you kind of like picture it, it's like what if you're super social but also introverted?
So you're like a Divergent, right? You guys ever watched the
Yeah.
Divergent movies? Like the guy that's like
I've
everything.
seen one.
I saw
like-
one too, and
I'm like-
that's why I'm really rough. I'm grabbing at straws here. I was
I'm
hoping somebody saw it.
I have a divergent story too.
Do you really?
I do.
I think mine's like divergent, like plus a few extra chromosomes.
The
Like,
Divergent,
Yeah.
it's like you have all the abilities from all the other
yeah, it's
families,
like, oh,
right?
you're-
Or classes.
no. Yeah, if you have all the abilities, you're really conflicted. Because, like,
Yeah.
just my personality or that the temperament, it's like, oh, you're really quiet, but also you just kind of want to talk to everyone.
Yeah.
Also,
But then your anxiety's like, don't do it.
But also, you also
Keep them
just
away.
don't want to talk to people, and you kind of just want to think.
Because you don't want the social stress of them
I-
talking back to you.
Essentially, I'm an extrovert with introverted tendencies. Is essentially how my personality comes together.
Yeah.
So that's really weird because that means like I really like being in a group, but I hate being there. Like I hate
At the
talking.
same time, you're
Yeah.
just like...
I want to be at home and in a group and talking and listening.
So you need to be able to like back to our St. Patrick's Day superhero episode. Had a guy that had multiple versions of him from different dimensions that he could just pull in. Like there's
like
like
the
parts
Crimson
of
Chin.
you, like parts of you want to be in the conversation and parts of you just don't want to be near it. Just like pull in another version of you. to be
Spiegel and
there.
Gollum.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
We need the.
What's your Divergent story, by the way?
So I went to. You ever been to the Bellevue Cinemas?
Yes.
Bellevue Cinemas are this crummy little movie theater.
Don't go.
They have 2 theaters. Horrible. Probably the worst movie theater I've ever
Not
been
a
to.
sponsor, guys.
No,
It's
by no
definitely
means.
closed down, probably.
And even if they offered, I still wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. So I went there one night to meet this girl, and she, was like an hour and a half late. So I saw the first movie we were supposed to see, and she showed up for the second one, which was Divergent. I'd never read the books, never saw the first movie. This is like the sequel. And
Yikes.
fucking
That's
God,
super
give me the bottle. I'm gonna chug this whole fucking thing. I swear. So
Definitely taking a shot now. for that one.
she brought her sister. She brought her sister, and it was really fucking awkward because I thought it was just gonna be me and her. I was gonna be like do the yawn, like put my arm around her.
Both her and her sister.
No, I didn't expect the sister to be
Those
there.
are some red flags. Dude.
Yeah.
That's why I never went on another date with her.
A little
I
weird.
cut it off. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
She thought you were Divergent. You could
That's rough.
take her and her sister
And
and her
I'm
own family.
Gonna go ahead and handle that shot that I really, really just brought upon
That was
myself.
a- That was a massive shot.
Yeah, you deserve that one. Yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, but I have another personality test. We won't go into that one. That's the Myers-Briggs. But essentially,
I've heard it before. I have not taken it.
you guys
but-
should definitely test it out. They should really like make testing like that kind of mandatory for
like going
work.
through school and stuff?
For work.
For work?
I
Okay.
did it for school. I did the temperament test for like my internship kind of thing. And
So you think it would be like Divergent almost, where it's like you go into your job application, you take the test, and you're like, okay, well, you shouldn't be in this department.
Yeah.
Your personality should put you in a
So-
different department.
so-
That would be interesting.
being the dystopia that it is, it's kind of like a weird dystopia utopia because you're shoehorned in. No, you're not shoehorned in.
You're
it's
not.
a utopia. It's not a dystopia.
You can fake
future.
to be a certain
No, you
personality to get into a job and be like, I'm in there.
No,
I mean,
like,
Harry Potter just asked for Gryffindor and they gave it to him.
That's shoehorning.
That's true.
But like, and then
He did sleep under a stairwell too, though,
No, you
most
could,
of the year.
You could pick whichever area you wanted to be in.
Yeah.
With, in Divergent, you could go anywhere you wanted to.
Oh, so you didn't? I'm probably mixing them up with movies. I thought you took a test and you were like,
Yeah,
that
you
was
did.
where you were
You did, and
sent
then
to.
It told you your aptitude, and then it said this is your best section.
And then you still could pick
then
where you wanted to go?
could pick where you wanted to go because you had to like cut your hand and like.
Okay,
do
so
all
then
of
it's
the-
more like Harry Potter, where
It's
the
more of a
hat picks
utopia.
you.
But like honestly, it's not too far off of what I think, kind of what we should do because when you get into society, like there are jobs that are more suited towards you based on your temperament and personality.
Your charisma points?
Yeah, your charisma points.
Some people
So-
just crank all their stats
Yeah.
points
Man,
into
I
charisma.
really hated taking those, like, where you gonna work tests. It's always
They're-
like, you're gonna flip burgers at McDonald's.
Those are super boring. Again, like
Yeah.
you should take the Big Five test if you can. That's a good one because
Mm-hmm.
that helps with a lot of stuff. And then also there's like the Dark Triad, which if you guys are on, like if you're on that side of the
The
internet,
Dark Triad?
It's called the Dark Triad personality, and it's like
So this is like what anime powers I would have?
yeah, basically.
Because I want to try this.
It's essentially I mean that's what all the so it's
That's
like
amazing.
I forget what it is, but it's
I'll be disappointed probably.
It's
but-
apathy. It's like apathy, Machiavellianism, which is a big word.
That is.
something like that. So it's basically 3 personality traits that if you score really high, you're probably a scumbag. You probably aren't fit for society. You're probably like
The website just tells you you're a piece of shit.
yeah. No,
You're a
yeah.
taxi driver in New York.
If you score in the high in these like personality tests, like
You're gonna be homeless. You should
No, it's-
file for unemployment now.
You're going to be a meth
it's
head.
like-
You're going to steal Domino's
no,
delivery
it's,
driver's
it's
car.
more like you're probably super intelligent, but you probably hate everyone, and you'll never be likable in your life. You'll probably be successful because
You should work for the
manipulate everyone
government.
around you. Yeah, work for the government job opening up for you.
Yeah.
Those are super interesting. I like personality, and part of my personality trait is like I'm a people watcher, so I like kind of sit in a room and I'm like in the conversation.
People watching's I think that's a great thing too.
Yeah, and
honestly,
it tends to be people who are more introverted do that, and also, but like I'm super extroverted, but I still like watching people, so I'll see how people interact and just kind of draw conclusions about who they are based off of that, and like that's just kind of a fun game I do. But it's usually the time when I don't want to talk to people, I just kind of sit back. And just
Isn't it
people.
funny how, at least this is the way I react, like you'll see somebody who's maybe more socially awkward than you or something like that, and then it makes you feel better about yourself. And it's like, I kind of enjoy, I'm weird like that. Like most people interact with somebody that's really socially awkward and they get really nervous and they get stressed out. And I get humor out of that. Like I like being around people like that. It entertains me. I don't know why. I'm a fucked up person, I guess.
You go after them. You just try to like make a
I
conversation
like
with them
seeing
just to
people
like
stressed out. Yeah, like people stressed out in a situation that I can clearly tell that they're distraught and they can't handle the situation. And I just want to keep carrying on a conversation with a person like that.
Can I get you some punch? Can I please? Why are you screaming?
Like someone behind a register that just doesn't know what's going on and they're like sweating and they're just like panicking to get through a movement, getting through this line or something. It's just enjoyment for me. But
me.
it's like I enjoy that. But I think most people do, at least maybe not in that way psychologically, but they'll see somebody maybe that's more heavy than them or whatever, and they're like, oh, it makes me feel better about myself. Because there's somebody, like I was talking about earlier, there's always going to be someone better than you, but there's also going to be someone that's maybe not lesser than you, but physically a certain way that's like, they look worse than you.
Inferior in some
or heavier
aspect.
than you, out of shape.
You're in the middle of the bell curve in most things. Like
right. Averages, law of averages say you're probably going to be average.
You're probably in the middle. Like,
Well, it wouldn't be average if there wasn't a lot of people there.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie Idiocracy?
I have.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But no.
I have,
By the way, the movie we were talking about earlier, Nutty
Okay.
Professor.
Nutty Professor. And it was the Clumps was the sequel to that,
I
right?
have no idea.
You should research that now. You got a damn smart device, sir.
Okay, but you haven't seen Idiocracy at all.
I have.
You have? Okay,
Yes.
so we all seen
I have
it?
not. No, he hasn't seen it. He's heard of it.
Okay.
I have not seen it from start to finish, but I have seen a good chunk of it, and I will say Mike Judd was the director of that movie. He also did the Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
He did the voices for both Beavis and Butthead, and he did Office Space, which is a fantastic movie.
I
Love
have not
Office
seen it.
Space.
I haven't
Yes,
seen it.
Office Space is
I'll have to look it up.
amazing, but yeah, go back to Idiocracy.
But yeah, but he's
it's a great movie.
He's, the kind of the key point is that he's like completely average.
Yeah.
And I think he does a really good job representing what an average person looks
So-
like. Not super smart.
So
not super well coordinated in a
The
conversation.
basic synopsis of the movie is it's a guy who gets put in like some sort of like cryo sleep right into the future, and he's just like an average dude, like nothing exceptional about him, but he wakes up in the future, and like in the future it's like Idiocracy, like everyone's just retarded, like
Squidward when everything was chrome.
Yeah, Squidward's a good.
yeah. And I say retarded in a certain way that I probably shouldn't say, but anyway. It's like they're using Gatorade to water their lawns and things, right?
Oh
like instead
my
of water.
goodness.
So water is completely replaced by I forgot the name of the Gatorade they use.
Yeah.
But it's Gatorade, and they just
It's like corporations take over.
Right.
It's like actual Gatorade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like-
everything's dying because it's
Oh,
like you
yeah.
can't use Gatorade.
They use
Keep your
Gatorade for
lungs.
everything.
Sounds like Waterboy.
They shower in Gatorade. Their water fountains. Everything is Gatorade. The only thing that isn't Gatorade is their toilet water. So when he brings up watering the plants with water, he's like,
They look
they're
at him
like, you mean like from the toilet?
yeah.
But that movie is absolutely.
It's hilarious.
it is-
Mike Judd's a genius,
it
dude.
is-
He's got some really
It's
good.
so good because it's becoming. It's satire, obviously. It's a dystopian
the whole movie
satire,
is satire.
But it's becoming like very, very
Realistic.
eerily realistic.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my favorite. I showed
It's
one of my
scary.
friends. One of my favorite things is like when he walks into Costco. The whole Costco scene is like so good. It is such a good scene. But when he walks into Costco, like the big guys there's like, "Welcome to Costco. I love you." It's such a good. It's so good because we understand what customer service is, and that's kind of how customer service is going towards. Like, don't say hello. Say I love you. I would not.
How are you doing today? Can I massage your feet? Here's a chair.
Hey, friend.
It's still not good enough.
Slowly over the next few hundred years, we're just gonna be like, welcome to insert store. I love
Yeah,
you.
I appreciate that.
Slowly, I'm gonna track all the CBTs you have to do and just I probably have to do all my CBTs.
Active lover
Yeah.
video.
We're gonna
you
have
to
to
watch.
do that. How to make them feel welcome. Step 1. Love them. Actually feel love towards them.
Delivering chocolate bars.
It's really interesting.
I love you.
I love you.
So I got some funny. So we're talking about social media, and we've got kind of an exciting new thing. We got a new logo for our channel.
Yeah, it's
up,
amazing.
Everyone can see it. You know, you can check it out. It's a kangaroo, and he's got like a little pouch full of beers or X's. You know, some sort of adult beverage. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of give you guys a couple of news stories from Australia because you know it's a kangaroo.
It's a kangaroo, an Aussie.
Yeah, it's an Aussie. So I got one that's kind of it's interesting, and I'll preface it by saying it's a guy who lives next to this, like I think it's like a store or something like that, and he hears a car crash into the building next door, and he just wakes up, and it's one of his buddies' houses, so he's got to take care of it.
It's a very Aussie. Car and they walk to the bar.
It's a very Aussie interview. Apparently, I'm not from Australia, so but I'll let you guys listen to this here.
Oh well, it's really quite funny. I was in bed sleeping at 2 o'clock this morning. My wife comes in and says, "Oh, the shop's been someone ran into the shop," and I said, "Oh, what?" So I jumped out of bed and all I had was my undies on, and I've walked out the front and I've seen the car smashed, and I've seen the bloke walking back to the car. And so I've walked outside and I said, "Oh, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene." And he goes, "Don't be a hero, mate." And I said, "I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming." And he just decided he'd scoot up the road, and I just said, "Nah, it's not going on like that, mate." So I jumped in my car and I started chasing him up the road, and then he went down a side street, and then the police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But, mate, all I had was me jocks on. I was chasing him up the street, and I'm just like, mate, like...
Because you told me that this is your mate's shop and you didn't want him to get away.
Yeah, no. Well, me mate's mum's had this shop for like 40 odd years, and look at it. Look at it. Whoa.
It's a mess,
It's
isn't
completely
it?
Beyond
destroyed.
a mess. Like,
We can't see it. You guys can't see it, but the shop's
how it is,
destroyed.
mate. Like,
Now, Daniel, you managed to put some pants on in the meantime.
yeah, mate.
It's good to hear. Do you feel like a hero?
Not really. It's just something you got to do for the community, mate. It's like you look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
There you go. Good attitude. There you go, guys. Daniel, quite the Australian hero here this morning. As for the owners of the fish and chip shop.
All right.
What a good guy.
What a great guy. That's a
Do
story
they not
from
have
Australia.
license plates there, though? Could he not just, like, write down the license plate number?
No, mate. You ain't gonna do that, mate.
That was pretty good. I like
track them
that.
down.
That gave me big. I mean, like that
Look out
reminded
for your
me-
community,
Yeah,
right?
that reminded me a lot of that one, that Run Home Invasion story where the person's like upstairs hiding in the closet. It's like I could taste him. He's walking up.
I love it. It's like everyone's a mate in Australia.
It's like the bro
It's
code.
not like
the best.
a male or female. Everything's a mate. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like I identify
Applies
as
to
this or
everybody.
that. It's a mate. And his wife, you know, he mentions his wife in the story, who is actually his soulmate.
One of his mates.
I love that.
Okay. But yeah, no. And I got one more for you guys here. This is his name's Corey Worthington. Have either one of you heard the story? This is an older story
I haven't.
about a house party.
Okay.
It's a little long, but I'll try to get you guys through it. It's pretty funny, actually, once you get to the point here.
Well, it's the real-life risky business. A teenager holds an alcohol-fueled party for hundreds of kids while his unsuspecting parents are on holiday. 16-year-old Corey Worthington is now facing not only the wrath of mum and dad, but a
This is like a
$20,000
teenager, by
fine
the way,
from
and
police.
he's got
I spoke to him a
these
short
yellow
time ago.
sunglasses on.
Corey, thanks
throughout
for
this
joining us.
interview,
The
just so
only
you guys
question
know.
that I can think to ask is, what were you thinking?
I wasn't really.
Did your parents say you could have a party?
No.
So
They didn't.
why did you?
I don't know, it was just a get together with a couple mates at first, and then we thought we might as well just have a bit of a party, and then it sort of just got out of hand, and
I got a story
Yeah.
for this.
Well, 500 people turned up.
I figured you would.
The air wing
That
of the
might be
police
why I played it.
force, the dog squad. Your neighbours'
if he's a
cars were
minor,
being
are they
destroyed.
allowed to
What have
interview
your
him if he's a
parents had
minor?
to say, Corey?
I don't
my
know. I
concern.
guess
I haven't really talked
It's
to them
Australia.
because every time they call, I don't
Any
answer.
rules apply there.
Because,
Fair
yeah,
enough, fair enough.
they'll probably try to kill me.
So that's a short-term strategy. You're going to have to talk to them eventually. What are you going to say?
Sorry.
Are you sorry?
Yeah, I am.
You don't sound very sorry.
But I can't be exactly blamed for everything that happened because it wasn't in the house. It was out in the street, and I didn't do it. Like, the police said, you stay inside so you don't get in trouble, so I did what he said, so...
Why don't you take this opportunity now to apologise to your parents and to your neighbours who have said today that they were frightened?
Well, I've already offered to say sorry to them and stuff when I see them, so I will say sorry now for everything that happened.
Why don't you take your glasses off so we can see you?
Listen to this.
And then apologise to your neighbours for frightening them.
Nah, I'll leave these on. Nah, I like them.
They might be fined $20,000.
He's not taking the sunglasses off, bitch.
Are you going to try and pay that for them?
He's being rude.
Yeah, but I don't think it's fair they'll be fined it because what happened, it was my party, but it could have just been any random person walking in the street doing it. What happens all the time.
Your parents were out of town. You put out the invitation. You started it. Why don't you make a grown-up decision now and accept responsibility, take off those glasses and apologise to everybody who were frightened, to the police who were forced to retreat and whose cars have been damaged, and to the community who have had to pay for this. Take off your glasses and apologise to us.
I'll say sorry, but I'm not taking off my glasses.
Why not?
Right out here.
Because they're famous.
Because your glasses are famous.
Yeah.
Why are your glasses famous?
Legend.
Yes.
I know, everyone likes them, so I don't know, I'm not taking them off.
You're pretty happy with the way you look and the attitude you've got, are you?
This man's repping his brand.
Okay, cool. We've got to wrap this up. But what would you say to other kids?
Oh, man.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, he committed to it. I love it.
That kind of triggers me just a little bit because she treats him like a kid the whole time.
She does, yeah. She was antagonistic about it, for sure.
Aren't you a little bit sorry, buddy? For
make an adult decision.
How do you make an adult decision?
Take those glasses off.
It's like if you wouldn't talk to a grown man like that.
No, you wouldn't.
No interviewer would come up to me.
She was being a bitch about it.
Yeah.
No,
very nice.
No 130-pound interviewer would come up to me and be like, don't you feel sorry? And I'm like, excuse me?
You're going to tell me how to feel.
You had a fun time. You should feel bad about that.
So the funny thing about that story, it's a little old, but I don't remember if you guys, I never saw the movie, but there was a movie. There was a movie about a crazy party.
Project X.
And it actually was, from what I understand, I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure it was based around this Corey Worthington kid. Like this crazy party he had while his parents were out of town in Australia.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it was based on him.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because I can't confirm it, but I remember reading some articles after watching this interview about people saying that it was inspired by this kid.
That's amazing.
That's
pretty
awesome.
great.
That's probably not like a really out there story. Like I'm sure you have a story about something.
It's not that exactly. My house isn't as nice as the Project X house.
Yeah, true.
But it was a similar kind of thing that went down.
Yeah, tell us about your house party experience.
My parents were gone till midnight, and they told me they were going to be gone till midnight because they were like dog sitting or something. Mm-hmm. And they said I could have some friends over.
Right.
So I was like,
I'll
have no, not even. I was like, I'll have like 10 people over.
Yeah.
Somebody let the address slip. And I told everyone, I was like, I don't want that many people here tonight.
Yeah.
You know, and I've had parties there before, and they always know when I have people over.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the extent a couple times, but they always know that I had people over.
Right.
And so they were gone till midnight, and I just fucked up.
You're definitely over 18 in this story.
I am definitely.
You're 21.
I am 100% taking a shot after I finish the story. But anyways, so someone let the address slip, and there was only like 10 of us, but some kids from TC pulled up. And TC is like the real ritzy school around here, and I'm pretty sure most people listen to know TC. But anyways, they're like the real rich kids, and I was like, oh man, we got the cool kids coming to the party. So there's like maybe 6 of them. I go, yeah, you guys can hang out. It was probably 10:30 when they came, so they still had an hour and a half to hang out, and we were all having a good time. And out of nowhere, like 12 or 13 cars just pull up, and my neighborhood is not big. Like I don't know how these people were finding places to park. So they all start walking in, and this is probably the lamest thing I ever had to do. I was like, it is 11:40. My parents are going to be back in 20 minutes. You guys got to go the fuck out. I saw maybe like 20 people I knew from like my past like middle school and elementary school and stuff too. Like people I hadn't seen in years. And I was like so excited to talk to them. I was like, you got to fucking leave, dude. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. So I literally texted my dad probably on 11:45, 11:50, and I was like, hey, can I get like 20, 25 extra minutes, please?
Yeah.
And he goes, We'll be back at 12:25.
He gave you 20.
They were not even a quarter of the mile down the road from the house.
That's super chill.
So
yeah, it is.
Oh, my parents are incredible. They're awesome people.
Yeah.
But we actually got everything cleaned up in time too. We threw all the stuff out, got rid of all
impressive.
the people. Oh, it was crazy. I mean, I had like 6 good friends there
that were actually help you.
They were actually helping.
They
too.
were passed out.
We were going, dude. We were flying. Well, they knew they had to leave at midnight, so they weren't getting too much high C in them. But yeah, we threw it all out, and then the TC kids, they were still there at the end of it because we met them. We were friends with them now. We were hanging out with them. Everyone else left. And so we were like, let's go to the rock quarry, which was down the road. And we ended up sneaking in this rock quarry. And they were with us. And they're in like loafers and like nice button-ups and stuff. And they were having fun too. It was awesome.
It's like a
it was
a group of everybody.
Dude, it seemed like it was going to be a disaster of the night.
Fun.
But it really became like one of the most fun nights I've had
That sounds
in my life.
dude.
It was a lot of fun, yeah. And so we were like getting stuck in quicksand and shit too.
And responsible at the same time.
Yeah.
We were able to keep both sides.
Yeah, nobody died, nobody got in trouble, nobody got grounded.
Cleaned up, didn't burn down.
It's like the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, that's actually a really good story because it's like it sounded like it was going down the Disney route, like oh my parents are gonna be mad and like that whole that whole stupid thing. Like it was like that's how real life usually works out.
It's like the carriage is gonna turn into a pumpkin at midnight.
We have to clean up before my parents go home. We'll be grounded for 12 months or something like that.
I still don't know who slipped the address though.
Oh,
it's probably.
I could probably give you an idea if I knew who was there.
There's an imposter.
I think it was one of the girls that was there.
You have your 6 friends. Like
there
there's an
go.
imposter among you.
Yeah,
find it now.
No chance.
Houseboat.
No chance.
Can vote him out.
I don't believe it.
That'd be dope.
It's the red
we did
one.
play. Here's a drinking game for you listeners. It's a fun one. It's called the alcoholic triathlon. You shotgun a beer, make a ball in a pong cup, and you throw a dart. And you have to make it in the center circle of the board, not the bullseye, in the center circle.
I have a dartboard and I have cups here.
Yeah.
I don't have any pong balls though.
We'll do it another day. But it's a lot of fun. It's a good time. That's one of my favorite drinking games to play.
Yeah, that's
fun.
really cool. We were going to talk about social media and just kind of like how much I
Yeah, let's hop into it.
Just basically
I mean, we kind of jumped around it several times. We'll go back.
I'll make a comment real quick. One of my favorite things about my girlfriend is she has no social media.
That's pretty great.
They're different.
Actually.
People who don't have social media are different.
They're good.
Yeah.
And you meet them and you're like, this person's different. Oh, you don't have Instagram? Nice. Do it.
I didn't forget about that shot you adamantly said you had to take. That you were just not going to take. He's drinking Crown Vanilla, though. It's like candy. It's not that bad.
Good stuff. I wish I had a vanilla Coke to go with it, but I'll take it.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Hang on 1 second.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Hold off for 1 second.
Wait, no. I don't want it. I got to go to the gym after this, man. You're going to make my stomach bubble.
You're going to hurt him.
I'm going to be like mid-bench press. Just...
Oh,
no way.
What
dude.
Absolute legend
For
here.
real. Now I got a pint and a half of beer, a vanilla Coke, and a vanilla Crown.
You are a true host in multiple senses.
Thank you.
No, yeah, like people who aren't on social media are super different, and like I wish I had I've deleted like a few of my social media before. You got this. I believe in you.
But you're part of your business and what you do. You kind of have to be attached to social media with photography and whatnot.
With how competitive it is, you have to I have to be on at least my Instagram, but like it still creates like super bad habits, and
it definitely
especially
does.
with like I don't tend to bash like just social media. It's the person who uses it, but like TikTok's horrible, guys.
People they stage everything, dude. Many people stage stuff on TikTok.
It's not just like it's okay. So it's what the content is horrible. So the content is pretty bad.
I had TikTok for like 2 months.
It's super cringy. I'm only on there for trends, like, and I stick by that. It's like I'm there to look at trends so that I'm not like out of the loop.
I gotcha.
But I have to stay on trends too because I have to like.
That's part of your job.
Yeah. So I stay on trends, but like I find myself like mindlessly scrolling, and like it's one of those things where like I've been in social media for like 5 or 6 years, just whenever I got it, and like Snapchat. Started with Snapchat. We had Kick chats back in like middle school.
Oh, dude, I love Kick.
Kick is great.
I never got involved with that. I'm much older.
I got a story for Kick.
Well, Kick was like more just chatting for like, but like It's about the dopamine. Like people are becoming really really bad, like throwing off their dopamine systems, like when they and serotonin too. When like so with TikTok, it's the worst I've seen, and it's when I'm at a point where I can finally realize like what's going on. It's
well, TikTok was created for a generation of kids that all had the internet in their hand like the moment they were born.
It's absolutely crazy too because you can watch your feed slowly change based off your likes and dislikes. Like it is insane. Like you can get to your different side of TikTok, but it's what I find myself, and like I've realized it now because I've been like paying more attention to it, is that I'll be on there and I'll be scrolling for like an absurd amount of time, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what am I looking at? And it's like, well, I'm just looking for that next little like little dopamine kick. Like I'm looking for something funny or something interesting.
And I think that ruins your attention span too.
It does. Yeah.
It does do that, but like it's because it's why we see more people with ADHD, and it could be more. It could be biological, but it also be that like we have shorter attention spans because people with ADHD essentially it's their brain. People with ADHD, their dopamine system is off, so they're not being rewarded for paying attention. Like their brain usually rewards you for paying attention. So like when you get an answer correct on the test, you get rewarded. If you like you sink a dart like in a dartboard, we talked about
bullseye
that.
Or whatever.
Little kicks. So that's why you keep doing it.
Yeah, you win the 10-second game.
Right. Yeah. So it's like the way I've seen it is that ADHD people they don't get rewards for doing stuff. So studying isn't rewarding. So what you do is you give them a stimulant. You give them Adderall or something like that, and it actually increases the activity in the brain, which is counterintuitive. And I'm sure most of you guys know this, but like. So it actually increases their. It's a stimulant, and so their brain kicks out rewards more often, and so that's why ADHD. That's why Adderall is like really really close to like what meth.
That's really just putting a Band-Aid on the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to make them cope with not getting those rewards. You can't.
Right. If they have a chemical imbalance or like something in their brain, then like medication is cool. But like. Yeah, but like there's things like deleting social media, really, really good if you want to do that. I totally support people who do that. Again, if I don't, you don't know my number, I don't care. So I probably don't want to see your post anyway. But like, yeah.
But keep Spotify or Apple Podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, dude.
Well, yeah, like
that's not really social media.
It's not. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Totally different thing. Yeah, for sure.
It's super interesting. Stuff like that just interests me because I'm weird. Because I just like weird stuff like that.
You're divergent.
Yeah, because I'm divergent. I am divergent.
Multi-powers.
She says on the movie, right? I am divergent.
I think so. I only watched the first one as well, so I'm not sure.
I watched the second one. Did you watch the third one? We could
all sync up.
I've seen all of them. That was in the phase. Like I didn't read the books. I might have read one book, because I read all the Hunger book when they came out.
The Hunger books?
The Hunger Game books.
Okay, I thought it's like Ethiopia, like the Hunger books. Or...
Different books. One's a documentary. I read all the Hunger Games.
Pretty sure
canceled.
I was pretty sure I just did something that was not politically correct.
You guys will come up in 4 years when we have more viewers.
You
That's
guys
right.
didn't
I
get
can't
demonetized,
wait.
but you never.
We were never monetized, so it's okay.
You got preemptively demonetized.
Yes, this is looking to the future. This is the episode that ruined us.
We're dead.
Sorry, Jack.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
It was a good run. I'm glad we got
I'll
to
start
where
a new
we're at.
podcast called Mind Jumps.
Yeah. Just keep the logo and everything. Like we're not losing that logo. That's our logo.
I paid a lot of money for that logo.
All right.
But yeah, social media is like it kind of kills your reward system, which makes you just like a less happy person in general because you instead of getting rewarded,
You need those little fixes, like those.
Yeah.
Like a meth addict, like you said, just gives you like a little boost, but then you feel worse when it's gone, and you're like, feel shittier.
It makes you tired. When you kill your like reward system, when you do normal stuff, like it does kill your attention span because the only reason you're paying attention is because you're being rewarded by your brain for like the main one is studying. That's kind of the main thing because that's where it all comes into play. Is like in college, especially now that everyone's online, they're able to. Like be in social media more often, and so you're like you're killing your attention span because you aren't being rewarded for paying attention because you're being rewarded for quickly scrolling through like and liking stuff.
Yeah, every third video you're like, that's funny. You watch it for 3 seconds, go to another one.
Yeah, and you may not even watch the whole funny thing. You're like, oh, that's like I have a problem because like I know too many memes and like I know
Mm-hmm.
all the memes.
Yeah,
I know a lot of
memes are
memes as
great.
well.
Memes are great though.
I'll be the first one to say my sense of humor is completely broken, and that's because like
The memes.
during college, I just like, oh, this class is super boring, and again, I don't have to study, and I probably should study. I just didn't have to. If anyone's listening, please study. Don't pay my don't. I am not a role model.
I'm not a role
Study.
model. I want to get a shirt that says that on it now.
Yeah, study memes.
I need one. I need to put that as my bio.
I want to shotgun a beer in front of a nursery home wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Do you think there's gonna be like a meme study in the future, like a college class?
I
which is,
would
like,
not
memes,
be surprised.
Meme history.
It's actually like it's a codified. It's almost a codified history. So like if you follow your memes, it's
Definitely.
almost like
You can tell the generation they came from.
it's
And
almost
so much.
it's almost like encrypted history. So like if you go back to like
The caveman paintings on the walls are classic memes.
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphic memes.
yes, they're basically what's the is it Plato's cave? Is that what it is? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not
Is
sure,
it-
no.
It's
Yeah.
This is why we have you on here.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
crazy-
This is the smart guy.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to butcher this, so don't hate me. Someone just mentioned it, so it popped in my head. So essentially, you're in a cave, and you're like, you're below like sea level or whatever. You're just in lower, and you can't get out. You're like in a pit, but there's a wall in front of you, and you see like a movie is playing on the wall. So you have like shadows.
A movie in pictures or like a.
It's like a shadow. It's like a puppet movie, and you're
Okay,
watching something
okay.
happen, and that's your interpretation of the world, essentially. And I haven't gone over this in a long time, so but basically that's your interpretation of the world. Now that isn't the real world. That's an interpretation of the world. The real world is happening. There's someone outside. Using the sunlight to create like images, and that's the real world. So the real world is infinitely more complex than the two-dimensional image that you're watching. And in my opinion, that's like kind of what memes are.
So are you saying that the person outside is kind of manipulating what you know?
So what's the real world? Is it if you are never going to leave that pit? Is the real world the two-dimensional like image that you're looking at?
To you it is.
Yeah. So
I've actually heard this before.
or is the real world like infinitely more complex and there's like incredible because like compared to your existence, the real world is like the earth. It's like and there's people moving it and you can't really see. You can see the shadows and you can see the impressions that they're making, but you don't know exactly like where the finger positions are or what the hand looks
And
like.
there's no depth there for you.
Exactly. So that's kind of what memes are. Is that they're basically encrypted, really really low resolutions. Stamps on the human history. So like
Pop culture.
Yeah,
and
it's super
everything.
pop culture. So like, it kind of encapsulates common sentiments. Like Harambe isn't going to be like a super big. It's not going to tell anyone about like what 2016 was. 2016.
2016. Yeah.
It wasn't
crazy.
like that's not going to tell you what 2016 was like, but you're going to be able to look over the past history and look at all the memes and be like, oh, okay, we can kind of see how people have been tracking, and like, there's a page that tells you like it keeps all the memes. I'm pretty sure Wikipedia has it too. It just keeps the history of all the memes.
Jeez.
But that's interesting. That's something I hadn't thought about before. But yeah, it's a lot like Plato's cave. I think it's Plato. If it's not Plato, I'm really sorry. I'm humanity nerds. No,
It's any philosopher's cave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cave.
Freudian's cave.
Plug it in, whatever it is.
Sigmund's cave.
Yeah.
Sigmund's cave.
Not Sigmund Freud, because one of them got mauled by a tiger, I'm pretty sure.
The other Sigmund Freud didn't though.
I didn't hear about this, but okay.
No, wait, no, that's someone different, right?
What's the cat that's dead and alive? That's
We talked about this.
Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat. We
Yes.
talked about this the other day.
I don't know how to
we
say
did.
his name, but
Schrodinger. Yeah,
Um,
Schrodinger.
Yeah, and back to social media, like one of the main things is like people posting like because every like you get is a little dopamine thing. So
Yeah.
when you're getting a ton, it's bad, and then when you don't have it, it's withdrawal, and it's like all of that's super bad.
I haven't posted on Instagram in about a year and a half.
Same.
Again,
So-
I have to post. I haven't
Well,
posted
no.
on personal.
We plan on posting
We
in
don't
the
have-
future
yeah.
because we
Yeah.
Now
are
we have
starting
more
the
of a
whole
career.
Mind Hops thing,
I
yeah.
think the best thing you can do is just never look at your likes. Don't look at your engagements.
I don't really plan to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
We're doing this mostly for fun.
Yeah,
We are, yeah.
Honestly-
It's all fun.
And I was like, obviously, I've been following you guys since I knew about it. So,
Yeah.
The biggest thing, what I've seen from most like podcasters and stuff like that, is that they don't care. Like they don't care.
I mean, I feel like with
we're
most
here.
things, you kind of
Yeah.
just gotta. It's gotta be a passion project. Which I can't speak for Jack, but for me, it is. It's not something that I'm looking to grow into an empire. I mean, if it does, that's great. But right now, it's just something fun to do, and honestly, it's a learning experience too. I think it's gonna be fun to interview different people and like get their perspectives on life and things like that. Like with you, your perspective and your intelligence about everything that you're intelligent about, photography and philosophy and everything like that, and just getting new people on and just like
different aspects.
Yeah, it's almost like you're documenting these things online and in a format that you can listen back and remember parts of your life, which is cool, I think.
I really like the podcasting. Maybe my friends always. I think everyone's talked about starting a podcast once, but it's really nice that you guys actually did it.
Yeah.
We
jumped right into it head first.
Yeah, with my photography, that's exactly what I did. But one thing that I really wanted to do, and it's a really weird drive, but it's I want to leave something behind. Like if I die, it's like I want to leave something behind.
That is something I've said before too. I want to have something that's my own.
Yeah, it's a lot of people go out and like I was thinking about people that I know, like, and obviously a bunch of people have died in the past year, like that I've known. I haven't been super close with them, but like I obviously have known people who died, and like, and it's you kind of think about like, well, what's their key, like, what defined them and what they leave behind. It's like, well, if the only thing you're leaving behind are like your kids, and like if your kids make bad decisions, that reflects really poorly on you.
Right.
Right. But like if you build,
you want the best for your kids.
Yeah.
Honestly, you want them to succeed and everything like that.
Yeah, like if you built a house, like that's a lot. The saying that like is really impactful to me is like building society is strongest when men plant trees that they'll never live to see grow to like their fullest potential, and that's I butchered it completely, but like that's really powerful because like you're putting something into the future that will supersede you, and that's
that you're not going to be able to be there to.
Yeah,
it's like a time capsule.
Yeah, it's even a time capsule, but like it's almost reminiscent of like ascension to godhood. Is essentially what it is. Is like you're becoming something more than you actually are, and like I'm using like
it's like a barter almost.
Yeah, you're being very selfless because like you're not going to be able to be there to reap the benefits of whatever you're creating, but you're doing it for someone else and for for something better, something greater.
It doesn't even have to be for a cause.
It doesn't. Something
you're
greater,
doing something
greater than you
gonna have an effect
that you're
on
ever
people.
Gonna have. Yeah.
And like you think about stuff like we won't stop talking about. We'll stop talking about Harambe. Hopefully, we pray.
But there will be history books about Harambe. You can look back.
Yeah, and like that poor kid. No one knows the kid's name, but like
Harambe.
You don't know
his name's Harambe.
But like that's kind of why we have it's a drive. I think it's a natural drive for some people, and that's why we kind of have crazy people who go around and do crazy stuff like.
To try to just make a.
I think it's the same kind of mindset of like people who are daredevils.
They want to be remembered.
They want to do something to remember, but also like. We see that, which is really cool, and then we have like people like Elon Musk who want to who shot a car into space, which is really cool.
You know who Elon Musk reminds me of?
Iron Man.
You ever seen Robots? Yeah. You ever seen Robots?
I think so.
It's an old DreamWorks, Rodney Copperbottom.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, it's been a very long time.
So Elon Musk reminds me of Big World.
Yes.
See a need, fill a need.
Yeah. I love that. No, but the same thing that drives them, I was this being codified in the existence of humanity is the same thing that drives people to do terrorism and shooting up schools. And stuff. It's
that's
almost
unfortunate.
It's scarily the same mindset, and obviously that's demented.
That's why a lot of the news outlets lately they don't publicize the person's name.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
They go no notoriety, and they don't say anything.
That's probably one of the smartest things I've seen because I wouldn't have thought about it because I would think we should know his name because we should hate him and
it's really a tough subject to kind of argue on both sides,
It
is.
I totally agree though.
But in the end, I agree with the fact that there should be no notoriety as long as there's justice served. Mm-hmm. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
You want to promote that. You don't want more people to think
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, but it's the same kind of mindset is trying to be something more than you are, and it is people trying to ascend to deity, deity status. That's how I see it. The godhood or the pinnacle of what is kind of how I view that, and so that's kind of what they're trying to do is ascend to the highest point of being that they are. And since they have nothing else of note about themselves, they have to be crazy murderers.
They don't have any talents or anything that they can contribute.
Because they're below average people usually. Usually the people who struggled in school.
Speaking of that bell curve,
lower. I had to talk about bell curves with some people, and like I'm just like, this is a bell curve, and then I'm just like, we're gonna have a real talk. You're right here, and I like pointed to where they're on the bell curve. I really like you. Like you're a great person, but you are average, and like you need to know exactly where you are.
You're at this place.
That should be bell curve. They should learn that in like K5. They should be like, here's a bell. The kids, you know what a bell is? Here's a bell curve.
That's where you are.
This is where you sit.
You're average. Until you prove otherwise, you're average.
Man, I got the gifted test a long time ago when I was in like 4th grade. And I swear those questions were for like college students, dude. I'm not even kidding. It was like, where is this, monument at? I'm like 8 years old, dude. Do you expect me to know this shit?
Did you see that thing about the? It was like it was a presidential like mental test. And did you guys hear the questions from it? It was
no.
Like, it was a whole thing.
Who was it given to?
It was given to Trump. That's because everyone was like, oh, he's stupid and like stuff like that. So it's like, all right, well, he took this test.
Oh, I guess I did hear about this test.
He aced it. Well, the test was like, what day is it? It was like,
yeah.
What?
And I was like sitting there. I'm like, oh, that's a stupid question. And then I was like, what day is it? I fluctuate really hard between like, oh, I think I'm pretty smart sometimes.
Yeah.
And then like,
there's certain topics.
Some days I'm just like, I am the dumbest person I know.
When you said the presidential mental test, I thought it was like the presidential fitness test,
it was ridiculous.
Which was given to like kids in school,
Yeah.
So I thought you were like it was like the mental test that was like given in the classroom, and the physical test was given in PE.
The Pacer test is a
whatever it is actual torture.
Yeah, I will say, climbing that rope.
I got up to 104 on the Pacer.
Dude.
I was so try-hard. I've always been super try-hard because I hate losing.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's why I was so good in cross country.
I was, like not wanting. It's called like the winner. Well, it's a personality trait. That's the only reason I know about it. But like, I'm way too competitive, and so I have to like physically stop myself from competing. Sometimes like I'm good. I won't. I'm not gonna play. And then they're like, why not? And I'm like, because I'll murder you. Like, I'm just
because you don't want the smoke.
I'm just No,
I'm extremely competitive, man,
dude.
So I got 2 good examples here. My girlfriend and I would play Face 10 a lot, which is a card game.
Yeah.
And she got so many wilds. Yeah, I'm coming up with excuses already on the podcast.
Yeah, no. Lucky-based games are the worst.
She got so many wilds that I was like, okay, every time someone pulls a wild, we're taking a shot.
Yeah.
So she gets significantly more drunk than I do because she's significantly luckier in the game.
Lucky, dude.
But another example, this one's even better because I've actually broken like expensive pieces of equipment doing this. My dad and I, we play racquetball a lot. And at least we used to. Lately we haven't been so much. I think we've both been busy. But no, we used to play all the time, probably twice a week even. And I would break rackets every like 3-4 months because he would piss me off so bad. He's so good. He's 53, but I mean, it's pretty spry for 53. Yeah. So I'd be sitting there, I'd be like, fuck, slamming a racket against the wall, bending that bad boy to where it wasn't used. Honestly, there was one time I broke the only racket I had with me, and the bitch was bent. I was like, I'm still playing. We're still going.
Well, the problem is that like I knew from a really young age that like if I don't get a hold of like, well, I knew I was competitive, and I knew I was like just a horrible person when I was competing. And I was like,
just a horrible person.
It's toxic. It can get toxic. Competitive is good. It's a very good thing until it gets toxic.
Yeah.
And you can be a competitive person and be a good person, but you can reach that toxic state every now and then. And I know for a fact that I have.
Oh, it's just.
I think everybody has
mindset.
gotten that point.
It's for me. It's if the game's fair, I'll be competitive. If the game isn't fair or it's slanted or I'm losing, I just get really mad. And I saw from an early age, like my brother and my dad are like the same way, and I know they are. And they didn't realize it, but they get really mad, and that really turned me off from like being angry. So I had to like physically restrain myself to like.
You had to be the responsible one. You're like, okay, yeah.
But like, I just have to like not do it. Like one example for me is that like. I got like a chessboard, and I liked chess for a while, and I like learned about it.
Yeah, chess is great.
And I was playing it, and the way the board came, it came with like cards, and essentially what you would do is you would draw cards like a deck of cards, and it would tell you a piece that you had to move. So you had to move that piece once you drew the card. And so I'm sitting there, and like in my like middle school brain, and I'm like,
that's interesting.
It's not just interesting. When I tell you I was so mad at the game because I'm playing against like my sister and my brother. I was the best. Like I was like 13. I was still better than like anyone in my family at chess. just like week 1. Because I'm competitive and I'm okay. So I'm like, I'm mentally saying I'm in the middle of the bell curve. And so I'm like playing it. And then like they're like, let's play with the cards like we're supposed to. And I pick this card up. I'm like, I don't want to move my pawn. I want to give you a checkmate.
You're like,
right
I know
now.
what the best move is.
Your ass.
Like, I know I want to beat you right now. I'll beat you in 3 moves. Like I play my like stupid knight. Like, it makes me so mad. I was really so mad about that.
I have a collector's Nintendo chess set, and it's very nice.
Really?
But what kind of baffles me about it a little bit is the fact that Mario and Luigi are king and queen. Why can't it be Mario and Peach?
Oh, that's
and then Daisy and Luigi be the bishops.
Yeah, that's odd.
Isn't it weird?
That's really weird.
Luigi is a queen.
Luigi.
A drama queen.
Luigi gay confirmed. It's canon. Wow. It's in the canon.
Oh, that's gay and incest at that point.
Is Bowser in this chess?
He is. He's the king on the other side. He's humongous.
That
piece is fucking gigantic.
Wait, so who's the queen on the other side?
Dude, bring this out right
I
now.
think it's this Kid Koopa.
Bring it.
What? Yeah. Wouldn't it be
Bowser Jr.? Bowser Jr.
Isn't there a chick that shoots eggs out of her mouth?
Birdo?
Why wouldn't it be Birdo? She's a female.
Birdo's the knight.
No, but
why wouldn't she be the female though? The queen.
Because Kid Koopa is like fucking Bowser Jr. has like multiple games.
I have multiple questions about this chessboard.
I do not like this.
Why isn't Peach the queen and Mario's trying to get Peach back in the chess game?
Ooh.
Yes.
Why? I have a lot
good.
I have a lot of
Yes.
questions.
You wanna see a visual rendition of it real quick?
This actually might trigger me. So just be prepared.
We've opened up a can of worms.
Oh,
here,
dude!
guys.
I was just watching. What did I just watch? Terraformars. Have you seen Terraformars, the anime?
I haven't, but I know you must be the one
love
watching
the
it.
segue you're
I
going
see
into.
it. I see it every time.
I forget to give you all my
Get on your
logins.
Crunchyroll.
I'm so
Not your
sorry.
Crunchyroll. No, don't be sorry.
I'm so sorry for all the weird stuff you get to see.
No,
because it's like me and like
I've
5 people.
No, I've seen it, and I'm like, that looks interesting. Somebody's watching the shit out of this right now.
Yeah, this mad triggers me.
I might have to watch it.
Why? This is what? Why are?
I've been trying to finish D. Greymon.
Why aren't the pawns mushrooms? Why?
Right, they should be toads. The pawns should be toads. The pawns on Mario's side are coins, by the way. They should be toads.
What?
I'm so mad.
Let's run and see this bad boy.
That's cancer.
I'll bring it up. We can do a podcast while playing it one day. I'm not very good at chess. I learned on a cruise ship at like 2 a.m. with my dad.
That's the best way.
It was giant chess too. Like the pieces were as tall as me because I think I was like 11 at the time.
Man.
Daisy and Peach, are they the bishops?
I think so. Are they the first one outside the king and queen?
They're bishops, and two Yoshis are the knights.
That makes sense. That's the best move ever.
Birdo and Yoshi being the knights was a decent move.
That's a big.
I don't agree with Kid Koopa being the queen.
Birdo ain't that tough, man.
She's not, but she's a female. She's like
Birdo's
the only
barely in any
person.
games, man.
So
I wish they had a Hammer Bro in there.
They should have done Hammer
They
Bros.
should have had Hammer Bros.
Hammer Bros should have been Rooks.
Yes.
And then the Goombas should have been.
So who are these the dudes with
Yes, I agree with that.
That's big facts.
They're not the Hammer Bros, but the guys with the fishing poles. What are those called? Shy Guy? Not Shy Guy.
With the Lakitu.
The guy in the cloud could have been
That's Lakitu.
Yeah, Lakitu. He could have been
In the cloud with the fishing pole.
He could have been
I don't know about that.
bishops. I wouldn't mind him as a bishop.
Yeah, that's
It
a
doesn't
little
matter.
weird.
Well, Lakitu's not really a bad guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait.
He's not really on the bad side of like the Mario universe.
So why is he on the bad side
He's just
of the board?
misunderstood.
Lakitu's not on there, is he?
Isn't he the guy with the blue robe? And
Oh, you're talking about that's like a magic wand. That's Magic Koopa,
Oh,
I think. I could be wrong about that. It's been a long time since I played any like mainline Mario game.
it's fair. That's
I'm not sure. Yeah.
That's extremely triggering. I have a problem.
Yeah, I feel like they could move some of those pieces. The coins do not.
They don't
sense.
really make any sense.
No.
I agree.
I mean, Mario is the one that destroys the blocks to get the coins. Why would they be on his side?
I'm just like, why are there coins?
They would think they would be on the other
He
side.
pops them out and saves them. Is what he does.
So we're saying that the life of a Goomba, or not Goomba, the
Goomba
shell-
should be in there
the
somewhere.
The shell's life is worth less
More than a Goomba.
Those could just be like retracted Koopas in there.
If one shell equals 1 coin, why isn't
How-
Mario collecting the coins? And why doesn't he get a coin when
How
he
are
defeats the shells?
How are the Goombas not the basic pawns? Like Goombas,
I know,
the first
dude.
thing
I've
you
always
see,
felt that. I've always
I'm like,
felt
they
that.
have to be the pawns.
This is
No, they're rooks. One of the best pieces in the game.
This is canonically a big problem.
If you're gonna do the coins,
We're gonna send Nintendo a very
you're gonna
angry
do-
letter.
listen.
We're gonna get very popular just to spite Nintendo.
Yes.
I'm actually really pissed at Nintendo because they make a lot of weird decisions.
Listen,
yeah.
if you're gonna use the coins, you might as well just use the freaking blocks
If you're gonna use the coin, yeah, you might as well
The
use
blocks
blocks for all of
that he
them.
destroys to get the
Yeah.
coins.
That'd be confusing.
That'd be more plastic they have to manufacture.
Yeah, I just have a lot of issues. Nintendo is
I-
really hit or miss.
They, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo and Sega love them to death, but they're super hit or miss. Like
Yeah.
the Sonic games and stuff like that.
The movie. Did you guys see the movie?
The Super Mario Bros. Movie?
The Sonic.
No,
movie.
the Sonic. Movie.
Oh yes, that was
I
the last
did.
movie I saw in theaters before
They're
COVID
coming out.
happened.
They're coming out.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
I saw half of it.
No, it came out during COVID.
It came out late February. So
Right.
right before the lockdown happened in March.
The funny thing is, it's in the running for like one of the top grossing movies. It's actually Sonic the Hedgehog is the top grossing superhero movie of 2020.
It was actually pretty good. I guess.
Really?
I'll stand by that. As far as video game movies go, because they usually suck, Sonic was a pretty good superhero or video game movie.
Yeah. Well, it's by technicality because all of Disney movies got pushed back. It's one of the
Yeah.
only. It's like the only superhero movie that got released.
It's
So
weird to think of Sonic as a superhero,
Sonic,
though.
well, it's the only one that
It's
fits
really
into the
weird.
genre.
It was a good
So
movie.
it's a top grossing. Jim Carrey did great.
I can't
it was-
wait
Dr.
for the
Eggman?
sequel.
Was he a Dr. Eggman? in it?
Yeah,
Jim
Dr.
Carrey was pissed about the redesign. I heard
Really?
Jim
Yeah.
Carrey needs to chill.
he was upset that
Yes.
I don't know.
the production company gave in to the fans so easily.
What?
But that's what made the movie so much money,
Yeah.
though. You know, in the end of it, people were like, "Oh, they changed the character model
It
first. We got to
is.
go see it now."
I have a video
Yeah.
to send you. It's about Sonic, and it's so funny. It's this guy like ranting about the original
was
Sonic
terrifying.
layout.
I've seen it.
No, like Sonic's original thing was like his origin story was super weird. It was like he was an actual hedgehog, and his full name is like Sonny. His real name is Sonny, and he worked for Dr. Eggman as like, and then
He worked for Dr. Eggman like
yeah,
at a
as
power
an-
plant?
as an
Like,
intern. He was an intern to Dr. Eggman.
Really?
Yeah, and his dad died because he fell into a vat of toxic waste. And then he would volunteer at a quilting circle, and he would donate his like
His
pins-
quills.
his quills for
Yeah.
the quilting circle. And so like this guy's like his name is BDG Unraveled or something, and it's the funniest video. He goes off, and it's like you have to look it up because he's so funny. But he talks about it, and he's like, this isn't canon. Why is there not one modern iteration of Sonic with a quilting circle? He's like, I want a quilting circle in Sonic.
Oh
and
my
it's so
gosh.
funny. There's some other.
You
weird
know how
stuff.
there's like a ton of Sonic cartoons?
yeah.
The theme song for Sonic Underground is fucking incredible.
Dude,
that's my most favorite cartoon theme song.
I grew up on Sonic Heroes 2.
Is that a game?
Yeah.
I
that
thought
was a
so,
game.
yeah. I never played that. I played Sonic Riders.
That slapped. Sonic Riders slapped too.
Sonic Riders is a lot of fun. It's
Everything-
hard, but it's a lot of fun.
Have you ever seen the competitive scene for Sonic Riders?
I have not.
The competitive scene is insane.
You guys are
dude.
blowing my mind right now because I just remember the original Sonics. Like,
That's all
on
you
Sega.
remember?
If you
I
watch,
do
I
not
played the
follow
original
it.
Sonics too.
I played I
1,
played
2,
them.
3, and I remember playing it as freaking Fox, the co-op, and it's like
Yeah.
unkillable. You know?
I like
Tails.
Tails is going to be in the
yeah.
sequel to
Yeah.
Sonic.
He wasn't in the first one.
Yeah, no.
He was for like
A split
momentarily,
second.
yeah.
He was an NSYNC credit.
He was, yeah, NSYNC.
Yeah, I remember playing. I think they had the second game in the arcade, or it was the second or third game. I don't remember, but yeah,
Right next to Tron.
yeah. Way back in the day.
Yeah, if you want to check something out, the speedrunning community for Sonic Riders is like insane.
It's kind of appropriate because it's Sonic, so speed run.
I want to take a
like-
look at that sometime. I used to watch a lot of speedruns here and there.
It's so good because like I love when they make a game and there's like they make a system of the game and like, oh, this is really simple, and then someone like
Yeah.
takes it, breaks it.
I remember it was so weird when I was playing. I think it was Sonic 2. They had a mode where it was a versus mode where you could play through the stages. It was like split screen
Yeah.
against like someone else and see who could get through the fastest. And it was just so weird. It was just like
It was really good. Yeah.
kind of like competitive speed runs before that was ever a thing. And I remember playing it against my brother and just like, oh, dude, this is fucking weird.
There's this one channel that did speedruns with Mario 64, and it would be 10 YouTubers versus like one speedrunner. And so they did it like multiple times, and the problem became that the YouTubers got really good at the game. You know, like they were almost speedrunners in their own right at that point. After like 3 or 4, they would practice to get better at it so they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're just like speedrunning right next to the speedrunner, and the speedrunner's getting dumpstered.
I love the speedrunning community because it's so niche. I like kind of people who are obsessive. Like watching obsessive people work is really fun. and speedrunners are obsessive. And
Oh yeah.
it's
You ever heard of
definitely-
GDQ? Games Done Quick.
No, I don't think so.
It's an event that happens every year, and they did it last year in Orlando, and I missed it because I'm retarded. That's not why. It's because I have bad planning. But
So you gotta get us canceled in the future as well. So
yeah,
just so you
we
know.
might want to edit that part out. But no,
not
so
doing
it was in
any
Orlando,
editing.
which is obviously an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us, and I missed it because I'm dumb. And so they do it every year, but they always donate to like a cancer foundation or some kind of like charity. And they usually make, I think last year they made over $4 million.
It's impressive.
So they'll just have all these speedrunners lined up to go, and they'll have random games like Mario 64, Twilight Princess, any game you could think of. Really, they've probably done.
Yeah.
Like they had Shrek. They had Shrek Ever After, the extended Shrek universe. They had that on there, and that was a lot of fun to watch.
If you ever
But I
played
mean,
the Shrek games, like there.
I didn't know there was a Shrek game.
There's one.
dude, there's multiple Shrek games.
Really?
There's one Shrek game that was it on GameCube?
It wasn't Ever After actually, but it was Shrek something. I'm gonna look it up real
They
quick.
made a Shrek game, and that was one of my favorite games as a kid.
Really?
Because it was like
It's
you
so
could play
dull.
like 4 people on the GameCube.
No,
So
a
it was
game. Wait, there was a Shrek game on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And I'm not aware of this.
And there was
This
like
is
it was
crazy
it was
to me.
multiplayer, so you could play as
What?
like, and it was
Fiona,
after
Shrek,
you could
Donkey?
play Shrek, Puss in Boots. You could do
Puss in
everybody,
Boots?
and you could do
Dude, there's
Gingerbread
so
Man.
many.
And it was such a well made game. Like
That's
it was
crazy to
all the
me.
levels were very well made for GameCube.
Yeah,
but there
GameCube was a really good console. That's
Yeah,
underrated.
there
It's
was-
amazing.
There was boss fights. There was interesting. All the characters had a special ability. There were some broken characters, but that was fun.
Who's the broken character? Shrek?
Little Red Riding Hood was broken. She
Okay.
could throw apples, and the apples did like okay damage, but like you could just go at range, and it had like a stun effect, so you could just spam
You could
stun.
just stun lock
Um,
enemies?
Yeah, and then
boy.
there was someone with a boomerang. I think it was like the Gingerbread Man could throw his arm or something, and it was like a boomerang. It's been so
Yeah.
long.
Extra large, Shrek extra large.
I can't believe I never heard of this game. I did have I had a GameCube. I did
But
not
they had
use
Shrek
it
Super
that
Slam.
much.
Is that what you're talking about?
Super Slam
Yeah, it's like
on the GameCube.
I'm not sure honestly.
It was one of the first.
I did have a GameCube. I did not utilize it very much. I did play Mario
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
I played that a little bit. No, the board game. The game, what was it?
Oh,
called?
that's not-
Party. Mario
Party's
Parties.
good. It's Party's okay.
yeah.
Sunshine, I never played. I really wish I did. I
Do you have a Switch?
I can emulate it. I can emulate the GameCube.
Sunshine is so much
Sunshine's
fun.
Such a good. It's so in detail, and I
The
don't
final
know.
boss fight is like horrible, but the rest of the
Yeah.
game is amazing.
Speedrunning.
Who's the
Sunshine
final
is really
boss fight, by
Cool.
the way?
It's literally Bowser.
Yeah.
But it's like a surprise Bowser because the whole and the enemy of the whole game is Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
And then you like fly up in the sky into space and stuff like that. And Bowser's chilling in this hot tub in a bowl, and he's like, "What are you doing on my vacation?" And then you got to sit there, and he's like throwing fucking rocks at you and stuff, and you got to ground pound and knock him out of the
So
bowl.
it's really easy.
It's really easy boss fight.
That's cool. But Sunshine as a whole,
But it's so much fun.
is really well made. Sunshine's really
That game is a blast.
It's great. It's really great.
Super-
Although
You guys ever play Super Monkey Ball?
I played a lot of Super Monkey Ball on the DS.
maybe.
Great game. Very difficult. Very difficult.
Oh yes. I've died.
That's my
many
memories
times.
of like I think it was GameCube, but yeah, it's one of those games where you're on a you know, it's almost like a marble maze type
I
thing.
got a GameCube story.
All right.
Go for it.
Let me throw this one out there real quick. I think we're getting pretty close to the end here, aren't we?
Yeah, we're probably longer than our longest episode yet, but you know what? That's okay.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
not complaining.
I'm not complaining.
So, anyways, my dad used to counsel foster kids when he worked for DCF.
Right.
And they don't have a whole lot because, they pretty much get ripped away from their families. And I had a Wii and I had a GameCube. We can play GameCube games. Okay, I get that. He gets that. He gave my GameCube away to a foster kid. Is what it is. I'm fine with that 100%. He gave my memory card away too.
Oh, that's
So I could have plugged that bad boy into the Wii and played my games like nothing ever happened. But since I didn't have my memory card,
that's rough.
man, it was
raw.
Yeah, so I wasn't mad, obviously. I was like, you really gave my memory card away. So he got me a new memory card. But the thing is, I had to
you don't have
replay.
it- I was gonna say you don't have any of the memories.
I think I've played Wind Waker like 3 times now. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. And I also had to replay What was a big game? Probably Mario Kart Double Dash. I think I had to replay.
Oh, that's
I never played
because I never finished them.
Yeah,
but
you have to unlock everybody. Yeah, that's rough. That's really rough.
Oh, you gotta unlock people in that?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever finished it the second time, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
Double Dash you could unlock people. I totally forgot. I didn't play it like hardcore enough because I didn't share it with siblings.
I didn't play it much either. That's the least played Mario Kart for me. N64 I played all the
But
time.
Double Dash was really good.
I do remember the N64, the balloon battle mode.
They still have that in every game, pretty much. They have it on the Switch too.
I haven't played any since the N64.
And I hope we're getting a new Mario Kart in the near future. Mario Kart 8's been out for like 4 years now.
Yeah, do they have an original one for the Switch? Do they have an?
No,
okay.
it's just Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Has all the DLC on it.
They'll probably do that. I mean,
Well, I think Smash Bros is done, but I think Mario Kart's gonna keep moving.
They're ending Smash Bros.
Dude, if
do
you were
not
part of like
believe-
the fucking scene,
I was.
you
not.
would know how Nick and I feel about Smash Bros. Nick is one of my
played
friends, by the way.
64.
like the current one. What do you feel about it? How do you feel?
Oh, I love Ultimate.
Oh,
I love
Ultimate's
it. It's amazing.
Ultimate's like the best
but that's
iteration.
what makes me think they're going to end it because they put everybody in there, almost every stage in there,
can't.
all
They
this
can't
music.
end
They're
it,
adding
dude.
all this DLC.
They can't
The
end
game's
it.
been out since 2018.
Well,
They're
not
still
gonna
working on.
end it,
I
dude.
think it's the last one.
I don't think they
they'll
are.
probably throw it. No, they won't.
There's
the
no
last
way.
one. Smash is too popular, and they want
It
money.
is.
They want money.
Oh yeah,
Um,
but Sakurai, the guy that is like the lead
Yeah.
person on Smash, he didn't even want to make Melee, which was the second one.
And Melee
They-
was great.
but they fucking forced him to. And if he's not happy, he's not going to make a good game. The only reason he
They're
did so
gonna-
well on this one is because Iwata, the guy that died at like 50, I think he died in 2018 actually.
Yeah.
He told Sakurai, he's like, I want Smash on the Switch. Sakurai's like, yes, daddy. So he went ahead and he fucking made Smash on the
But
Switch
here-
and he made it amazing.
Here's the thing: they're gonna make it happen no matter what.
I don't think
I
so.
hate to say it,
could
they
be
don't.
bad.
Dude,
don't-
I doubt it. I'd put
It
money
could be
on it.
bad. It could be bad, but they don't.
They'll
I
still
mean,
make it if it's bad.
like Garrett says, it's money. So they don't care about
they'll
who's
probably-
involved. They're gonna
Dude,
make it
They'll
happen.
probably do
Dude.
something lame like a throwback, and they'll like make it retro again, or you could do like what's it, dive dashing or whatever it's called.
Wave dash.
Wave
dash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll put like something like that back.
Used to
in.
wave dash in
They,
Melee.
they really need a new updated one that's super competitive because like
DoorDash?
eventually DoorDash, we come to you. So like yeah, they'll that would be cool if they brought something back that was made for competitive play.
If they make a new Smash Bros, I will literally come on this podcast. I'll bring a very strong bottle of liquor and I will drink the whole thing as a punishment.
You were gonna do that anyway, right?
Yeah,
Not tonight, but more often, yes.
I was gonna say you're asking for a punishment right now.
I am
'cause I'm telling
extremely
you,
confident it's not gonna happen.
I'm extremely
It's fine.
confident it's going
I'm cool
to
with
happen.
whatever. I still need to get a Switch before I talk.
Oh, no, I'll live if they don't. I
Yeah,
mean,
it'll be
Ultimate's a great game,
Yeah, it'd be good.
but I don't think another one's coming.
My last Smash was 64. I played and it was great.
Man, you've been dry for that long.
Yeah.
Been dry for
I
that
was
long.
waiting for it. I'm
Yeah.
like, here it comes.
I had a game. Wait, was there one on the GameCube?
Yeah, Melee.
Melee.
I might have played Melee
64,
then.
Melee, Brawl, Smash 4, and then
I
Melee-
might have played Melee.
I
then.
played. I remember us distinctly playing.
Smash 4 was on the Wii U.
I played on the N64. I played.
That one's amazing.
That was really good.
I mean, well, the problem with the old ones like Melee and 64, and actually Brawl too, is they didn't update it because they couldn't.
Yeah.
So it was just you find one character that's broken and everybody plays that character. I think on 64 it was Fox.
Fox was
Fox
broken.
and Pikachu were both broken.
Yeah.
So it's like if anyone's playing someone other than Fox or Pikachu,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose.
You're
Samus,
fucking up.
Samus was still like really broken, I believe.
Samus was good,
Yeah, Samus
but
was
I mean, you still couldn't stand up because it's such an old game at that point. It wasn't meant to be competitive. It was meant to be a fun
Yeah.
party game. Melee comes along. Melee is the most competitive of them all because the downforce in there, crazy.
I was a Link in Donkey Kong main, so that was what I played.
I'm a Link man right now.
Donkey
Link,
Kong is
I'm good with Link,
helicopter.
Lucario, and
Link
Little
man.
Matt.
I liked Link and I liked Fox and I liked Donkey Kong and that.
I liked going over the two characters that were next to Fox. It was like Pikachu, Fox, Falco.
That's great.
It's a whole
You
mess.
make anybody fuck anybody in that game.
But basically, what you guys should just start doing is start doing anime recommendations. So you can start doing that right at the end of the episode. But
Oh,
for
we
this
already
week-
got dad jokes at the end
for
of the
this
episode.
week.
Hey
Oh,
Garrett,
okay,
hit us with your anime recommendations.
Yes, please.
Okay, so if you haven't seen it yet, they just finished up like The Promised Neverland season 2.
Okay.
But if you haven't seen The Promised Neverland season 1, probably one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. It's a psychological thriller / horror. If you
Ooh,
like
you
that,
got me with that.
The problem is that as good as season 2 is inversely as good or as bad as season 1.
Season 2 is horrible.
So season 1 is like
It's gonna get better, guys.
Season 1's one of the best things you'll ever watch in anime.
It is the cream of the crop of anime. And then you get to season 2, and I kid you not, the last 20-minute episodes, the last 5 minutes, I haven't watched it, and for some reason I was like, why am I not watching this? I love the show. Yeah. And then I start hearing people talk about it. In the last 5 minutes, they rush endings. The last 5 minutes is basically a PowerPoint. There's no animation. It's just slides that show they just took the manga, colored it, slapped it on a 5-minute with emotional
they got
music,
lazy.
and that's the season finale. That's how they sum up their character arcs. And I'm like, what?
You know what sucks? That's going to continue, and One Punch Man is never coming back.
It's not coming back?
I don't think it is. I can't speak on that, but I highly doubt it is. It took, 6 years for season 2 to come out?
Well, no, it takes long. That's good. Because what they're doing with Black Clover, which is another big...
I've heard about that. I've not seen that.
Black Clover is doing something that's really, really... It's brave, it's bold, it's beautiful. It's basically they're waiting for the manga to get ahead before they start doing it.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's a great thing.
That was a great thing.
Filler, which is amazing, because Boruto and Naruto, they're not doing...
Naruto's amazing, but that filler is tough to move through.
So they're not doing filler. They're not diverting the storyline like Full Metal Alchemist. So they're really...
Or Hellsing, if you guys haven't watched Hellsing, they made a whole entire first season, a whole run of it, and they just made some bullshit enemy in the end.
Yeah.
Completely made them up. Until the manga caught up, and then they decided, let's make a whole another anime OVA.
We'll just slap some words.
Yeah,
we'll slap some letters on it.
Which is by far probably my anime recommendation. Hellsing.
Who would win?
Amazing.
Who would win?
But they completely just the last half of the first the run of it. They just fucking made some character.
I got one question before we end this episode.
Yeah.
Do you watch One Piece?
One Piece?
Yeah.
I have not watched One Piece.
I'm caught up, man. It took me a year and a half.
This man is caught up, and it's 9,000 episodes.
It's almost 1,000.
I'm a tryhard, but I really don't like One Piece's. I don't want to have to sit through 90s animation of One Piece. I really don't want to sit through that. So
this man is a...
So you're a legend.
He's a legend.
Dude, I tried 3 times to start it.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest with you.
So you're goated, and I respect that. I just will not put that much time into it.
That's a lot of effort.
I will literally start in the last episode that dropped and just make up the whole entire history. I'll just make it up, or I'll watch a summary.
Yeah, just watch a catch-up video.
I'll just watch a 5-minute summary.
Or you can talk to me about it. I'll tell you.
I might have him catch me up.
Yeah. Promised Neverland season 1, definitely a must watch.
Right.
You'll love it. Even if you don't watch season 2, season 1's great.
Yes, season 1's amazing.
All right, before we get to the dad joke at the end of the episode, I'm going to ask you both a question.
All right.
Who's your favorite cereal mascot? Well, what's your favorite cereal? We'll start there.
Oh, favorite cereal?
Favorite breakfast cereal. It could be night cereal.
I haven't eaten cereal
whatever.
in a long minute.
Yeah.
But I like Rice Krispies. So those are
the 3 elves.
Yeah,
okay.
I like the elves.
Yeah,
3 elves are pretty powerful.
So I know what you're looking for here, and my favorite cereal is probably Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Damn it. That's mine too.
No, you can have that because I was going to go ahead and move on a little bit and say
those are my favorite cereals.
Cookie Crisp is pretty close second there.
The crazy fucking wolf guy.
Yeah.
Is this who would win? In
the cracked out wolf. This will be next episode.
Yeah,
we got a debate.
So this is a foreshadowing. If you're into anime, this is a foreshadow.
We might not use these characters next week. By the way.
No, we're not. But we're gonna pick a cereal mascot, a battle. Yeah, battle royale.
We're gonna pick them randomly.
Yeah, randomly.
I'll have to throw him right back.
Randomly. There's a guy named Randall. He's gonna come in. And he's gonna give us the mascots we gotta pick.
Randall?
Yeah, Randall.
Yes.
He's my neighbor. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Is he a purple lizard?
Yeah. He scares the shit out of kids too.
Honestly, if I were to guess right now. Okay, am I allowed to make a guess?
Yeah. Don't pick the son from
that's
whatever. That's bullshit. That's cheating.
The son from
Raisin Bran. That's not fair. That's like Thanos level, God level.
Actual solar.
You never would have thought the son from Raisin Bran was the strongest cereal character.
He's leveled. He's actually
he's too OP.
Multi-planetary. Like in level.
He destroys Count Chocula in 2 seconds.
I would say by matter of magic and plot armor.
I know what you're saying.
Are you gonna say the leprechaun?
Yes, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms, like leprechaun. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
he does have a lot of plot armor and magical powers.
I think they all have plot armor, but the Cinnamon Toast Crunch ones, that's a good one because they eat each other. Like, right. Absolutely brutal.
I don't. I just like the cereal. I like the taste of it. I didn't think of it as the things that eat each other. The tongues tonguing each other out.
They're like they have no remorse, and they're complete. They're
brutal.
Do you get the whole cereal bowl? Like trained killers, like all of them
Yeah.
come out of the cereal bowl because
so.
I would like to switch my bet to the cannibalistic Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
They're all pawns.
Those
in
are
their game.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
That is great.
I wouldn't have thought of that. I like taking stuff that's totally fictional and then like making it super realistic and then overanalyzing it. So
that's a little foreshadowing. Perhaps
next
episode.
Tuesday we'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, we might get to that.
Alrighty.
Yes, I will get back to you guys on my birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we have a guest next week, by the way. It's the 5th best bartender in Ocala.
So, you
The
personal,
fifth.
This is a personal category.
He's my cousin.
we are not going to go to the 4th and the 3rd and the 2nd.
We're gonna work our way up. The more viewers we get, we'll get to the first best in Ocala once we hit 1 million.
This isn't an anime. We're not going to build our way up to the first.
I thought you were just hating
I don't
on
think
your
we have
cousin.
the connections to get the best.
I thought you were just hating on your
Although
cousin.
my ex-girlfriend's sister was probably like the second. Probably she's probably bartended everywhere.
Okay.
I'm not talking
good?
to her again.
Does that make her good or bad?
No, I don't know. She's a massage therapist, so it's like cheating.
So
I think at
she
that
probably
point.
wasn't the best.
No. Yeah.
Here's some sex on the beach while I knuckle your back in here.
All right. Well,
Do some other things.
All right. We're heading to a dad joke now. We're gonna close
Dad
out.
joke. Yeah, we're gonna end it with a dad joke.
Let's hear it.
Do you know what they call a fly with no wings?
I do, but I'm
don't.
like
I
Garrett.
don't. No. What is a
this
fly
one.
with no wings?
It's a walk.
Nice.
Good. Love dad jokes.
You've been listening to Mind Hops. Make sure to like, rate, and review, and we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, follow us on Twitter at Mind Hops. From there, you can get updates and submit questions for upcoming shows. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.